Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Walk Off Wagers presented by Pub Sports Radio. I'm your guy, Wine Time Sports. I got my guy, Spoons Bets, along with me. We've got a lot of exciting guests that we're going to bring on along the show today. Looking forward to sharing the screen with a couple of these cappers. A couple of them I haven't shared the screen with, so that's going to be fun as well. I want to give a quick shout out to everyone that's in the chat early. I see Big Daddy Boom. He's been, a lot of comments there. Shout out to you, my guy, Big Daddy Boom. Just my 2 cents. Killed it on the UFC live stream last night. If you guys didn't catch that, that shit was good. Lost on the main event, but, we still made some profit on the UFC card. I'm excited, though, man. We've got a loaded card today. We've got some guests already backstage that we're going to bring on. Spoons, introduce yourself. How was your week, my guy? Has it been a profitable week for you? And how many games do you have on your card for today?
Yeah, it's been a really good week. Kind of the week started out back and forth between good cards and bad cards, but yesterday was really nice. 3-0 start. Phillies ended up not coming through for me. Watched the Mets just kill all my hopes at the end of that game, but 3-1, I'm never going to complain about coming off a day like that. Really excited for the guests we have on. Yeah, Troy Torrance is going to make walk-off wagers appearance, as well as sports scientist Jacob making his first appearance on Pub Sports Radio in general. He's a friend of mine I'm excited to have on. I think we got a great card today. I have 5 bets I've already made, kind of fiddled around with a few home run props that I might like. Our guys over at Ballpark Pal have 4 stadiums today, over 30% for home run percentage, and that's just something you don't see a lot. It's this summer, the hot days, the wind blowing out. It's kind of all coming together. Yankee Stadium is plus 37% home runs. Citizens Bank Park is plus 53% home runs. Wrigley Field is plus 43% home runs. Sheesh. And then on top of that, you have the roof open in Rogers Center with plus 23% home runs. And Coors Field is always plus 31%. So I think there's going to be a lot of offense around Major League Baseball today. A good day to get on some home run props.
Yeah, looking at all the weather right now, it looks like it's going to be really hot over there on the Midwest and East Coast here coming up. So shout out to them. Getting into the summer stages, so it's going to be some hot baseball. And that's the way baseball should be played, if you ask me. But with that being said, I got my guy Nasty Nate in the chat right there. Shout out to you. Gravy Bets, Joey DFS, another one of the UFC guys. Shout out to you. Got my guy Kelly McInnes, skip the golf course to come out and support walk-off wagers. Shout out to you, Kelly. Appreciate you for showing out. Nicholas Handy. And without further ado, man, we've got an early game coming on here. I believe that starts in, I want to say, what is this? About less than 30 minutes. So we're going to bring on our first guest. He's going to make his walk-off wagers debut. I've had the pleasure to not only share the screen with this guy, but I've hung out with this guy on several occasions. You guys know him. He's a winning bettor. He's not just a winning bettor. He's just a winner, man. You guys kick it with this guy in person. You see what he does, not just in the bets, but on the bags. Anything he does, this guy wins. Let's bring on my guy, Troy Torrance from Chicago, Illinois. Troy, what's up, my guy?
I appreciate the intro, man. It's great to share the screen with you two of the most respected cappers in my books. And I hate to see your action so far today, what you posted on Twitter, because we're going to be head-to-head. But I might have to walk some of my positions back, especially on one game in particular. Can't wait to talk it out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Let's get right to it. We have the Baltimore Orioles against the New York Yankees. Really good rivalry between both these cities, 2 teams that they've never liked each other in their history of baseball. Seems like Yankees used to – Orioles beat up on them back in the day, and the Yankees have been beating up on them for the last 20 years. It seems like you got Dylan Kramer on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles. They're sitting at about a plus 185 on the money line against the New York Yankees. Got Warren on the mound, the righty. They are sitting at a 205 currently. We have an over/under at a 10, about minus 110 both ways. My guy Spoons, do you have anything in this game? Break us down this weather report in the market, my guy.
I spent a little bit of time with this game. I mentioned this is one of the spots that I think is going to be the easiest at home run today. Yankee Stadium, I just kind of consider a small park in general. The actual metrics of the park don't support that. But on a nice day, it's easy to hit home runs here. And we have a very nice day. Temperatures in the 80s, feels like 86 to 88. Wind speeds from 11 to 13 miles an hour blowing straight out. The overall run percentage with the weather and stadium has Yankee Stadium at plus 11% runs compared to a normal day today.
What was the home run? What was the home run split?
So
plus 1% home runs?
They are plus -37 for home runs, -8 for doubles and triples, -4 for singles, and plus 11% overall. That the way they factor that is the balls for those like doubles and triples will just carry that extra 4 or 5 feet to make it a home run. Kind of interesting the way they do that. Fun to break down some of their metrics going into this. Dylan Kramer versus Warren. We have 54% of the tickets on Baltimore and 88% of the money on Baltimore. We have 69% of the tickets on New York and 88% of the money on Baltimore. I'm sorry. 54% of the tickets on the over and 86% of the cash on the over. So there's some definite sharp money that has come in on Baltimore, especially when you figure out the amount of juice you have to pay to place a single New York bet. 69% of the tickets on New York, but 88% on that cash. That's a wild split. I'm off this game. It's too much for me, but please take it away.
Troy, take it away, my guy. What do you have on this game? If you have anything, any information you have.
So I don't have so my database says this is break even on both the money line and run line at the current price, despite the line moving towards the Yankees pretty significantly. The high total, man, the high total is always tricky. Yesterday I was on the over. I lost by the hook, and I kind of want to be back on the over today, but that's also profiling as 50-50. Obviously, we can't trust the O's bats. We definitely can't trust Creamer on the road. We know what is he? What is he on the road? His 2.90 ERA at home, 5.91 ERA on the road. Opponents are batting over 307 on the road against this guy this season. I can't see how things work out well for Creamer. So the O's are off the table for me. I just can go both ways on this game, and I'm just off. I have no action.
Yeah, this is a game I didn't have any action in either. I just saw when I saw the Yankees being at the price that they're at from the opener, definitely looks like they're the sharper side here. Maybe look to back them on the run line here. If I was going to, I have nothing in this game though. Looking at this total, high total here at Yankee Stadium, total of 10. I got nothing on this game. I would only lean towards the Yankees. You can get a -1.5 out of -110, which is reasonable. I do think they take care of business here, but it's just these kind of games don't really correlate for me. I'm not going to back anything in this game, so we're going to skip this one. I do see my guy Jacob's sports scientist in there. He said he's on a team total over first 5. Shout out to him.
He's talking about Warren struggles with lefties, and the Orioles do have a lot of hard-hitting lefties.
Yeah, there could be a lot of runs scored in this ball game. You're going to see Jacob here shortly, so shout out to him. But yeah, let's move on to this next game. The game I think we all three have a play on screen here. We're going to go to Steinbrenner Field, Tampa Bay Rays, Zach Littell on the mound against Casey Mize and the Detroit Tigers, man. Two of the better teams in baseball right now. It's crazy to see the Rays at 9 games over 500 right now. You guys hear me talk about how I think Kevin Cash is the best manager in baseball. I think he's just been doing it. He's been proven year in and year out with whatever roster he has. And you guys often hear me downplay this lineup a little bit, but this lineup, man, these guys are smacking the ball lately. Got Jonathan Aranda, that guy is smacking the ball. Caminero was on a run for a bit. You've got Yandy Diaz. Still one of the better hitters in baseball, man. It just seems like this guy was hitting like 180 through the first month and a half. He's already like at 280 right now. The guy's a machine, especially when he gets going. And this Rays team, I like the way they play. I like the way they play together. I'm going to have my guy Spoons start this one off. Just wanted to intro it a little bit. Spoons, take it away, my guy. Detroit Tigers, Tampa Bay Rays. What do you have in this one?
Yeah, so I'll break everything down. I'll just start by giving out my bet. I'm on the Rays money line. I think I got it -113. I tweeted that out. Just to open up, we have 63% of the tickets on the Detroit Tigers and 89% of the cash. On the total, we have 64% of the cash on the under and 62% of the tickets on the under. This is a stadium that normally plays pretty offensive friendly, especially during the day. You'll see that the wind generally carries out, but that is not true today. We actually have the wind blowing directly in 6 to 8 miles an hour during game time. Temp's actually kind of low. It's in the 80s, but that humidity makes it feel like it's in the mid 90s. I think this is going to be a spot where Zach Littell can pitch pretty well. He's a guy that handles righties and lefties about equal, no big splits difference between his xFIP or his WOBA. On the opposite side of this, we have a guy in Casey Mize who struggles with righties a little bit more than he does lefties. And I think these Rays bats are just swinging the bat so well, especially here at home. They're number 2 overall in baseball over the last 30 days. You look at these Tigers bats, especially versus right-handed pitching, they're 26th in baseball, weighted runs created plus versus those right-handers. Littell's a guy that's pitched in this little small park a lot, and this is going to be the most pitcher-friendly weather he's seen all year. He hasn't given up more than 2 runs in a start at home, and that was to a Houston offense that, just got one lucky hit. I think this is a spot where he can really pitch well. I got Tampa Bay Rays on my card. Go ahead and take it away.
Real quick, Troy, before you take it away here, I want to give a quick shout out because I forget to Gorky, our guy in the chat, always giving those donos out, man. He gave it out about 5 minutes ago. He said the Jays, Giants money line / Pacers and NBA plus 110. Oh, 2 separate tickets. Okay, so Jays, Giants money line parlay, then Pacers. I appreciate you, Gorky, for sharing your action, my guy. Troy, take it away, my friend.
This is a tough game for me because it's not like I was bullish on the Tigers. I'm on the Tigers first 5 money line. So technically me and Spoon can both win our bets. But so my rationale is Casey Mize is pitching to his xERA, which is fantastic. It's below a 3.2 and Littell has regression in his future. I mean, maybe it doesn't come today. And looking at, the market moving so swiftly towards the under makes me think probably both pitchers. I'm starting to think I might push on my first 5 money line just because I don't know if we're going to see many runs. I mean, we do see overs in Tampa Bay quite frequently, but when you have a market moving towards the under in Tampa Bay this season and it's closing 8.5, it actually is 7-5 to the under. And the home team, so the Rays in this case, are 9-3 straight up. Which is never a good thing. This was the one thing that almost kept me off this play, generally speaking, because the market wide with all the teams included, not specific to Rays or, not the team oriented profiles, but the market wide profile does favor the Tigers ranging between 52 and 62%. So obviously at a minus 105-ish price, it's a pretty good price. I'm just not as confident as I was before, and I know this Rays team is kind of a wagon right now. And that's part of the reason why I made my bet is I think Tampa Bay Rays, they're going to be every team is due for regression at some point when they're on a hot streak. Eventually that's going to be the Rays. The Tigers are facing it right now, right? They're on their downtrend after uptrending for like the first 80% of the season. They've been overperforming. There's no doubt about it. But facing a sweep in Tampa Bay, the profile for the market wide is very favorable, even more so on Sundays. And I just think that for me, it was a spot to play on Casey Mize in the first 5.
I like it. Give Troy Casey Mize in the first 5 here. You know what? We got a guy chomping at the bit backstage. I didn't know he had action in all these games. So we're going to go ahead and bring him on early here because I see he has a play in this game as well. Let's have him share all of his action for today. Let's bring on without further ado. He's going to be making his walk-off wagers debut. It's been in the chat the last couple weeks. Been DMing him back and forth. Excited to have this guy on screen for the first time. Let's bring on Sports Science Jacob. What's up, Jacob, my guy? Good to see you.
Happy to be on. Thanks, bro.
Yes, sir.
Long time coming. I've been a long time viewer, and now you guys are giving me the shot to be on. So I'm happy to come on and share some of my insight on today's slate.
What's your name in the chat?
Sports Side Jacob.
Is it Sports Side Jacob?
Yeah. It's what I go by on my X handle as well.
Heck yeah.
You want to say what you do by that for your X handle? Tell us a little bit about yourself, history on that.
Yeah, so I was an engineering major in my undergrad. I went to grad school as the big nerd, doing science, obviously. I was a PhD student, decided, all right, screw that, master out, give me the opportunity to talk baseball with you guys rather than be behind a lab. But I figured I'd combine like sports and science. So you think like sports science, like people go study that. I was like, all right, I'll make a play on it, kind of like a pun. And I don't know, I kind of roll with it. I kind of like the name now. So
heck yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah. It's
to give you guys my insight. Yeah. To give you guys my insight on today's game. I mean, give me the Rays on the money line. I'm going to back the team that I just think is the better baseball team right now. I mean, if you look at like I was at first I was like leaned off a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm pulling up my spreadsheets, but Mize does At first, I actually played on the over in this game. I thought that both teams, like Littell was due for a little bit of regression. He has worse numbers versus lefties. So, that's like Kerry Carpenter, Riley Green. Like, yeah, you're playing in that baby ballpark. We've seen this series already play to a bunch of overs. So initially I was on the over 8.5, but I saw some like sharp action on the under, and I did not want to be on the other side of that. Then Casey Mize, I was looking into this. He's never really pitched in this type of like environment. Again, baby ballpark. You got Yandy Diaz, I think it's on like a 12-game hit streak, and Mize is versus righty. So if you want to take Diaz to get a hit today, I think that's probably good for a little. If you guys like doing hit parlays, Littell, I have a couple friends that will often say this, but he's a guy that's an inning eater. He's going to go out there for 6 to 7 innings at home. He's going to give you like 2 to 3 runs. Basically, all we need Tampa to do is put up at least 4 to 5 runs on Casey Mize, and I'm pretty confident that they're going to be able to get the win here. I think their bullpen's also in the better position here, considering they absolutely destroyed the Tigers already in this series. So I'm gonna back the home team here. I just honestly, you can't really look away from the Rays with how good they're playing baseball right now.
Yeah, I like the breakdown, my guy. I like the breakdown. I'm going to be joining you guys on the Tampa Bay Rays. You guys kind of touched on all the points already, but yeah, I think they're the better baseball team right now.
I also want to touch on the fact that, so if you look in the last 30 days and on the season, Mize loves throwing the fastball pretty much as like his exclusive pitch, the four seam, and the Rays just absolutely crush four seams. They're the second best lineup in the last 30 days. There's four seams. So again, I feel like the Rays just know how to play at home. I feel like they're one of the most home dominant lineups in baseball. And you can honestly, you got to back them at home.
And in
I
that
kind of don't mind I don't mind the Tigers in the first 5. Like, I think Casey Mize might be able to hold it down, considering the fact that he is much better versus lefty. So you're going to don't have the power of a Rondo, Lowe, and Lau. But, I'm going to still go with the Rays in the full game.
That's something I think about every time I bet a game in this ballpark is this team has an advantage, but they've been there for 2 days. I'm holding out on and I'm seeing some U-shaped movement on the line. I don't know. It's a tough game. It's not like I have that much conviction on the Tigers, but I did play it for a unit.
I think inherently every start this season, the pitchers for Tampa Bay are going to have an advantage pitching in the stadium. Not only are they used to dealing with the heat and humidity that's there in Florida, they're used to pitching to these walls. This isn't nothing new to them. This is the same stadium they've been playing up in New York for years, and now they get to move it into a weather atmosphere that's a lot closer to what they have. This is one of those just like atmosphere type advantages you kind of see in college basketball with the teams at altitude. I think this is throughout the course of the year is going to be a spot the Rays just get value that a lot of people don't necessarily see in spreadsheets or any other way.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm on the Rays in this spot. I'm also going to add a play here, guys. I'm going to add the under 8.5. I wanted to add it before the show. Originally capping this game, I wanted the under 8.5. I could have gone in at a -110. It's juiced to -120 at both my books now. I think this is very pitcher friendly weather here in Tampa today with the wind blowing in today. We've seen it go over the last couple games. You guys heard me in the chat yesterday. I was on the under yesterday. Probably should have went under. The guy reaches on a third strike in the first inning. He walked 3 straight guys. 4 runs scored in that first inning when it probably should have been 0-0. And that was when guys were crushing the ball all day long, it seemed like. This is going to go under. This is the game that goes under. Not only that, I see the Rays winning. I see this being like a 4-2 type of ball game here in favor of the Rays. So my first 2 plays I'm going to be giving out on the show. I'm going to be on the Rays money line -110 that I already tweeted out. And I'm going to officially tweet out the under 8.5 -120 in this. I don't think there's going to be a lot of runs scored in this ball game. I think we're going to see 2 good starts from these 2 pitchers today. So with that being said, we will move on to this next game, guys. Let's move on to Texas Pirates. Got Bailey Falter on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're currently sitting at both sitting at a -105 both ways on my book. You guys could probably get different numbers at your book. We're seeing a total at 9.5, slightly juiced to the under at -115. This is a good matchup right here. I have a play in this game. I've already made a play in this game. I'm going to go last. I'm going to have my guy Spoon start this one off, break it down for us, Spoons, give us the weather report, market, anything we need to know and the people need to know to bet this game.
So this is going to be a common theme around baseball today. It's a beautiful day at PNC Park today. 0% chance of precipitation. Temperatures in the 90s. Feels like up to 99 during game time. Our friends at Ballpark Pal, their model has this modeled minus 2% home runs, plus 11% doubles and triples, and plus 6% runs overall. This is a little bit of a hitter or pitcher friendly field generally. That 8-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to left is going to change that, make it a little more offensive than general. The market in this game has 50% of the tickets on the over and 55% of the cash on the under. This line opened at a 9, a little bit juiced to the over, and it immediately went up to that 9.5. So there's probably a lot of that money on that original opening line, and then I'd imagine some of that cooled down once it went up to a 9.5. We have 50% of the tickets on Pittsburgh and 63% of the cash on Pittsburgh. This is a spot. I have my second bet of the day in. I'm on the Texas Rangers. I'm a Jack Leiter guy. I think this is somebody that we're going to have chances to back with value just because sometimes he comes out there and really kind of shits the bed. If you look at his last 2 starts, he's given up 10 earned runs and less than 10 innings pitched. That comes along with 13 hits and 6 walks. And sometimes that can be a little bit hard to back, but this is a guy that's used to the heat. This Pittsburgh weather today is something that's kind of new up there in Pittsburgh. It's not anything that Bailey Falter's used to pitching in. He's been in home environments and environments that have been really cool all year. Places like New York Mets, Cincinnati, Milwaukee, Miami at home. So there's not been like a hot game he's had to pitch in yet. Bailey Falter is a guy that struggles with lefties, and there's a few Rangers bats that hit from the left-hand side that are really strong. I look at Seager, and I expect him to really get going at some point in this season, and I don't see any reason it can't be today. If you look at the Rangers bats on the road over the last few weeks, they're the number 1 team in baseball in weighted runs created plus, and that's true at home too, but they're on the road today, so we'll use that stat. Pittsburgh bats, on the other hand, versus right-handed pitching, this is the team that's dead last in baseball versus right-handed pitching over the last 2 weeks. If you want to bring it out to the full season, they're 28th weighted runs created plus versus right-hand pitching. I think this is really a spot that just Jack Leiter can excel versus this weak offense. You look at some of the teams, some of the spots he's struggled. I think this is just not like any of those. This is a spot he can really excel. I'm on the Texas Rangers money line.
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to a couple donations and people in the chat really quick. Shout out to my guy, Cameron Sinet. He made a nice donation a couple weeks ago. Shout out to you, Cam. Appreciate you for stopping by. We got to do it. You don't got to do it, Spoons, but I got to do it for the people. I'm going to take a quick little shot for the guy, everyone that gives a dono. Shout out to you guys. Just a quick little one. You know what I'm saying? Got some of that Captain Morgan. Just a little something to get the day going, right, guys? But shout out to you, and shout out to my guy Carlos in the building as well. That's my brother-in-law right there. Thank you for showing out. Thank you for the donation as well, my guy. See my guy Meals in there. Big day, fellas. Let's get it. Dabby Cab as well. Forgot to give him a shout out. Cab, if you want to give out that Ellie De La Cruz play, I'm just saying, just hop backstage and I'll bring you on during that game. Come on for a couple minutes and give that out. But I'm going to hand this off to my guy, Troy Torrance.
Whoa. Real quick, one time. Yeah, I see one in the chat. You can't ignore AM's comment there.
Let's see. Where is it? How much to finish the bottle? Wow. Yeah, that's I ain't doing that today. But I'll take some swigs. Don't get me wrong.
How much is left in that bottle?
Oh, it's pretty much full.
5,000.
Yeah.
5,000 and the bottle goes down.
I'll say this, 500 and the bottle goes down. But
he's giving you 90% discount. I'll take advantage of
that. Shout out to Joey DFS. He said Rangers money line. Let's get that cash. All right, my guy Joey DFS. He's been betting baseball. All the UFC guys have been getting into the baseball grind. I heard my guy TC, he was talking about it too. He's like, it's such a grind betting baseball every single day when you're not used to it. But I love it, man. There's nothing like betting. Baseball and college football for me are like my 2 sports that have so much fun doing it. College football for me is obviously number 1, but I love baseball as well. With that being said, I'm going to have my guy Troy Torrance take this one away. Bailey Falter, Jack Leiter. What do you have in this one, if you have anything?
I do. This is probably and I hate being up against spoons, but this is probably my favorite spot on the board today for a few different reasons. The first is you take all the variables of this market, total, cash flow, spread, line movement, moving to the over, everything. And you will not find a profile that's sub 58%, which, around minus 115, you need break evens 53%. So it's putting basically us in a plus EV territory from L1 to L5 through all the layers of the database, which I love to see. Then you look at the Rangers in this market on the road this season. Between right now, I'm looking at 3 games that are priced at between minus 118 and minus 105, and they lost all 3 of them, and 2 of the 3 went under. In those games, the Rangers scored 3 runs, 2 runs, and 0 runs. The most recent game being June 6th against the Nationals. They lost that game 2-0. You look at the Pirates side; they're 3-1 straight up, 3-1 to the under in this season. So this database goes back 3 years. All those Rangers games were this season, but the only one game from the Pirates this season, they're 1-0 straight up, 1-0 to the under. I look at the pitching matchup, and I look at the batter versus pitching matchups. Right, Texas, they're 24th in the past month and on the season against left-handed pitching. On the other hand, you got Pittsburgh, who's 28th on the season, and they're one of the worst teams in the MLB. No matter what time frame you look at, versus right-handed pitching. So right now, you got Bailey Falter, who I think is a stud. I talk about him all the time. That's why I didn't even touch on him. I mean, this guy is an elite X, and he's pitching to his expected ERA. He's only allowed more than 2 runs in a home start one time in the past 7 games, and I omitted the first game of the season. He has reverse splits. He's worse versus left-handed hitters, and the Rangers, they're going to have 8 right-handed batters in the lineup today. And I always wonder, I see pitchers with reverse splits, and I'm like, are these guys who are switch hitters, are they going to bat from the left side of the plate? And they never do. So I'm assuming we're going to see 8 right-handed batters in the lineup. And this guy just continues to bring quality, in my opinion. And I think he gives us an advantage. So I'm on the Pirates in the first 5 innings. And on the other hand, you got Leiter. And I think I kind of believe in that Leiter. The xERA is almost a full point below his actual ERA, 4.85. But I think, I believe in him. His problem is command, right? He has 20 walks in his last 27 innings of work on the road. He's 1-5 straight up in his road starts this season. He has a high ceiling, but at this point, this is not a kid I could trust. But I do trust him to get through some innings and keep this ball game relatively close and low scoring. And so I'm on the first 5 money line for the Pirates, but I'm on the full game under 9, minus 105. I know you can get 9.5s in the market. I'm cool with the 9. I would rather take a no vig on a 9 than take a juice 9.5 in this situation. And if you look at the Rangers, the last game of their road-to-road series, they're 2-4 straight up, and all these games are low scoring. Not one game eclipsed actually the first game of the season on the road in a road-to-road series. The Cubs 6-2, all of them went under, and they went 2-4 in those situations. So I like Falter to fucking deal, get the Pirates probably a win in this situation. I expect the game to go under.
I like it, Troy. I like it.
Can I hop in real quick?
Jacob,
Let me just combine what Spoon said. I'm on the first 5 under 5.5. I love exactly everything that you just said, Troy, and what Spoon said. I think both pitchers can go out here and pitch well. I'm not gonna keep us on this game for long, but I like what you said about the reverse split with Bailey Falter and lefties. Well, the Rangers are just going to be stacking a bunch of righties. He should have no problem to go out there. He's, like you said, he's only given up more than 2 earned runs in 1 home start against the Phillies. And I think Leiter's due for some positive regression, kind of what Spoon was saying. I think we can back him here today. And we just have, in my opinion, 2 of the worst lineups in baseball. I mean, the Pirates' bats in the last 14 days, they're the worst lineup in baseball. They have the lowest batting average. Can you really rely on the Pirates to give you more than 2 to 3 runs a game? I mean, you can it's almost like a system. It's kind of like a system play at this point for me, where betting Pirates unders are in favorable. I was considering the Pirates team total under here, thinking that they don't bat in the 9th inning because I think they're actually going to be winning this game. But I think I just go through I love what Troy said about the first 5 stats. That's all you need to know, that both of these teams have played very well, especially with this range of the money line prices have played very much to the under. So wow. I'm on the first 5 under. I think 5.5 is a crazy number for these offenses to put up 6 runs through 5 innings.
Your point, Jacob. The Pirates in their home wins are 13-4 to the under. 13-4. That's crazy.
Jacob, what number are you getting on this first 5.5 currently?
So last night on FanDuel, so I took a minus 126 on one of the exchanges, the Profit X, but last night on FanDuel, it was minus 138. You can still get minus 140 on DraftKings. And so you can pay, or you could take an under 5 with no juice if you really wanted to do that. The under 5 through the first 5
I'm seeing a minus
is
105 right now.
you can get under 5 at minus 105 on Caesars. If you use the Profit X exchanges, you can get plus 107.
All right, guys. I like it. We all have a bet in this game, guys. I'm on the Pirates. I'm backing my guy Bailey Falter here. You guys touched on it though. Both these batting orders absolutely awful. The Pirates, I like this rotation they have. They just got to get a couple guys in that offense around guys like O'Neal Cruz and Brian Reynolds. But outside of those guys, I mean, this offense is dreadful, guys. It's awful to watch this team and actually to put your money on them and to think they're going to win a full game. But I'm going to trust Bailey Falter. I think he's going to go out there and give us 6-7 strong innings here. He's a pitcher that I'd like to back this season long. The Pirates right now currently sit at a minus 103, minus 105. This tells us what we need to know here. The Pirates are 18 games under 500. They're pretty much the favorite in this game. I like Bailey Falter over Jack Leiter. Who do I like between both these offenses? I guess I could say the Rangers, but it's not by much. I had higher expectations for the Rangers this season, but after seeing the sample size so far, I don't think these guys get much better. I think this is what they have to deal with the rest of the season. So with that being said, I'm on the Pirates here. I think they're going to avoid the sweep here at home on a Sunday afternoon. So I am locked in. I gave out the Pirates money line minus 105. So we all have plays in this, guys. My guy Jacob, he's on the under 5.5 between minus 125 and minus 130. Troy Torrance is on the Pirates first 5 money line. Troy, was that what you gave out? The money line
Pirates
first 5?
money line, yes, sir.
And Spoons gave out the Rangers money line full game. So me and my guy Spoons going head to head on this one. It's going to be a fun game to watch and text back and forth on. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's move on to this next game, but quick. Let me give a shout out to the chat as always, guys. Guys, hit the like button. If we get 150 likes today, I'm going to do a $25 giveaway during the show. So if we get 150 likes, I'll give out $25 to someone, a random person in the chat. You don't have to win a bet or anything. We just have to get 150 likes. So let's get there, guys. We're currently sitting, I don't even think we're at 50 yet, guys. So let's get to at least 100. And then let's make our way to 150. Shout out to AM in the chat. Sports scientist right there. Big Daddy Boom. AM, Sancho, TC, Congo. I didn't see you in there, my guy, but good to see you. We see my guy Swaggy in there as well. Nathan Cerna, appreciate you for showing out. My SoCal guy right there. Big Show holding it down over there with the UFC guys. Let's see. And Brian as well. He said, my guy Jacob is rocking that Eagles jersey. Shout out to the scientist. He knows what he's talking about. Shout out to you, my guy. And let's move on to this next game. We have, the Chicago White Sox. Hauser on the mound against the Toronto Blue Jays, the red-hot Toronto Blue Jays. The last month, it seems like this team has gone in the direction I thought they were going when the season started. I knew this team was going to take off at some point. You got Chris Bassett on the mound for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays currently sitting at a minus 205. White Sox a plus 185 on the money line. We have a total here at 8.5. Juice to the over currently at minus 120. The over is currently plus 100. Spoons, my guy, take it away on this one. Give us any information you have on this game, whether it's the weather report, market, a play you have in this game, and any questions anyone's putting in the chat. Guys, if you have any questions, put them out there. My guy Spoons, myself, or Jacob, or Troy will answer them.
Yeah, so on this game, I'll start with the market. We have 80% of the tickets on the under and 77% of the cash on the under. This opened at a 9. It's mostly 8.5s everywhere, as you just said. The roof's open here in Toronto. I don't have that for sure, but just looking at the weather and the way that they operate, the temperature is going to be in the 80s. It's going to feel like it's the 90s. You're not going to show up today in Toronto and have that roof closed and be happy about it. You're going to be very upset. This is a place I have in my phone a rep saved to call about this roof. If they do not give you the information, it's frustrating.
Can you get that rep on the phone live right now?
Well, yeah, that'd be great. Get him on live.
Spoons, can you get him on live right now? Put him on speaker.
And sometimes they can help you out, sometimes they can't. And all they're doing when they're looking at this is if it's going to be hot and nice, they're opening that roof. They want to have it open for these fans. And if there's a chance of precipitation, what they don't want to do is open the roof mid-game. It changes the atmosphere for everybody from the fans to the players. So they stay pretty committed, but it is within the realm of the rules to do that. today, the roof's going to be open, in my opinion. That move to the under, I disagree with. I disagree with it so much. I almost want to add the over. I think this is a Blue Jays lineup that can get to Hauser, and I think these White Sox bats are better than anybody gives them credit for. Chris Bassett's a guy I generally trust, but he's shown that he can get touched at home. He gave up 3 to Arizona in that last game. He gave up 5 to the Athletics at home. And I think that one Athletics game, the roof was open. This is a spot, this over is kind of appealing to me. I don't have a bet in the game yet. I'm probably not going to, just because of the amount of action I have here. But Rogers Center is modeled at plus 23% home runs, plus 23% doubles and triples, and plus 15% runs overall. So I think this is going to be a run scoring atmosphere. And I think the move to the under is just sort of people not respecting these two lineups.
Jacob, take it away. Do you have anything in this game?
So I know Spoon and I are both fans of this. We've talked about the -1 run line before,
Yeah.
but for me, I saw a money line price. Like right now, you can use one of the exchanges. You can get it under -200. You can get the -1.5 run line at plus money. You can build around a -140, like around a -140 for the -1 if you wanted to go that route. I don't want us to spend so much time on this game. I agree with Spoon though. Like if we've seen already with the roofs open in Toronto that I would not be taking any action toward any sort of unders. I would only be looking toward overs. And if you're looking for props in this game, I just want to let you know that apparently Alejandro Kirk owns Hauser. He's 6 for 6 off him. So if you want to take him today, maybe for 2 bases, I didn't do that. But if you guys are prop guys, I mean, Kirk's also batting on the season. He's batting .310 versus righties.
Tearing it up.
Yeah.
Don't put that guy in a 2-strike count.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a prop, you could probably go with Kirk. He'll probably give you at least one of those runs for the Blue Jays.
Troy, do you have anything in this game, my friend?
No, I don't have anything in this game. I agree. And as long as this total doesn't close 8.5, I think the database would agree on this total going over. At least it profiles plus EV going to the over. I don't have anything in this game, and I'm really not interested in betting it.
Yeah, guys.
I expect Hauser to regress, and somehow Bassett just continues to deliver, and it's just confusing to me. I don't want to get involved in this one.
Yeah, I got nothing in this game, guys. You guys heard me if you were watching Jimmy the Bag on Friday. I gave out the Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays both to win that division plus 700. I think one of those two teams is going to do it. So I've got a nice little ticket for the Blue Jays. I want them to just keep winning ball games. -1, -140 definitely seems reasonable if I was going to move something on this game for the Blue Jays, but it's just nothing correlates enough for me to actually move on this game. I've got a good amount of action today that I really like, and I don't want to make a play on this game if I don't like it. So with that being said, we're going to skip on to this next game. Let's go to Miami. Let's go to Lone Depot Park. Atlanta Braves in town. Sitting currently at a -145 to a -150, depending on where you're looking. Bryce Elder against Sandy Alcantara, man. I was on the Marlins against the Phillies when Sandy threw last start. And I don't think I could ever do it again, if I'm being honest. I don't know if I could ever bet Sandy. It was my second time maybe backing him this season. I wasn't super high on him. I just thought he's going to go up against a good lineup like that. He actually wanted to prove something. Don't get me wrong. He did pitch pretty well in that game, but they couldn't get anything going. And that's kind of this offense for the Miami Marlins. This is a team that does have some heart, though. I've seen them come back, make some late game comebacks in these games. They've got a lot of young guys in that order. This team isn't looking to win now by any means. The Atlanta Braves are. This team needs to start winning. They're at a very disappointment, sitting 5 games under 500 at this point in the season. They still haven't gotten a good beat yet, but Spoons, take it away, my guy. Bryce Elder against Sandy Alcantara. I know you know a lot about Sandy. Any information you have, let us know.
Yeah, obviously Sandy's one of my favorite pitchers. That's not going to change with a few bad starts, but he's been pitching well. I know he didn't get you the dub in that last start versus McAble, but he pitched pretty well. He hasn't given up more than 2 runs in 3 straight games. This is a guy that's dealt with some injuries. I still like him. Talk about the market and a little bit about the weather. So this is a dome here in Miami. It's still really hot, sticky in this place. A lot of pitchers have notedly mentioned about not liking to pitch here. Lone Depot today is -10% home runs, -3% runs overall. That always kind of looks weird on Ballpark Pal, but they never move their run percentage on this park probably over the -10 or +10. And that's just all due to temperature and barometric pressure and stuff in there, because that still has effect even with the roof. We have 52% of the tickets on the Atlanta Braves and 51% of the cash on Miami. 63% of the tickets have come in on the under, but 59% of the cash is on the over. This line opened at an 8.5, and I still see 8.5 at all the books that I respect. We have a -145 opener, and I'm seeing some books have put some more juice on Atlanta, even with a little bit of the sharp money being on Miami. So that's a bit concerning. I had a strong lean to the Miami Marlins here. I was looking at Bryce Elder, and I was talking about how some people don't like to pitch here in Miami. If you look at Elder, he pitched at Tampa Bay earlier this season. It was, I think, his worst start of the season. Gave up 5 runs, 9 hits. And I think this is a really similar atmosphere he's going to face today. What you'll find is, like, some guys handle the heat so much better. And when you're on the pitching mound and trying to go through things, some pitchers find a way to use that sweat and everything to their advantage. Valdez for the Houston Astros come to mind. And then some guys just fall apart. They literally melt in the heat. And you're like, why did I put my money on this guy? And I think that might be Bryce Elder here today. There's enough spots where I didn't end up getting to Miami, but I don't think Elder's a guy I want to back today, and I wouldn't tell my friends to do it. I'm going to step away here just for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're all good, Spoons. Troy Torrance, do you have anything in this game, my friend?
Yes, I have 2 bets in this game, but the bet that my bet on the side, I bet the Braves money line at -134 earlier in the day, and I bet it at -128. You get -134 some exchanges. I like that sports, that Jacob recommended doing that, but I like the Braves. This was qualifying as the sharp trap, but we just seen some late U-shaped movement all the way back. I mean, this line was sitting down at
Like +118. Yeah, +115, +120. It's up to a +135 now. That's crazy.
Insane. And actually, that mimics the market we seen in the last game, Phillies Marlins, when the Phillies won 4-2. But also, in addition to that Braves money line, I'm on the first 3 under 2.5. This qualifies. I mean, you have the database showing value on the under. You have 2 starting pitchers with mediocre to bad numbers, and the market is moving, and I hope it still is continuing to move towards the under. And it's come back a little bit, but it still has just 1 cent of movement towards the under on the full game. What about on the first 5? On the first 5, we have a lot more movement towards the under. 12 cents of movement towards the under. It opened 4.5 -103. It's down to 4.5 -115. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see with first 3 totals and betting unders. I mean, that's really the formula, right? Mediocre to bad starting pitching. For me, the database showing value on the under and a market moving towards the under, especially in the first 5. We got all of those elements. And, Alcantara, I mean, his xERA has dropped significantly. Like, I got to make a case for and against Alcantara here, right? Because I'm on the Braves and I'm on the under. Alcantara, he's a guy that I've been wanting to bet on. I was right there with you, betting on him his last outing. I had him first 5. I bet on him specifically. Didn't win that spot. But since June, 17 innings pitched, he's got a sub-1 whip, a 4.0 ERA, and a 2.12, or a 4 earned runs and a 2.12 ERA. And I think he could pitch fairly well, especially early in this game. And if you look at Alcantara in his home starts, he starts the games out incredibly well, and he kind of starts to snowball out of control. Elder, he's a guy that he definitely plays to the first 3 under. He only has 1 loss on his road starts. I forget what the exact record is, but I know he only went over his first 5 on the road 1 time, and it might have been in Colorado. I'd have to go back and check that. But Miami's 25th versus right-handed pitching over the last month. I think it's a good spot for Elder to step in and have a quality outing. I mean, he's a high variance pitcher. You don't know if you're going to get 6 innings of 2-run ball or 4 innings of 4-run ball. But I think here in this spot, Elder, this is a highly motivated team that needs to stack wins, especially in division. And I expect him to come out there and do that. So I'm on the Braves. I bet it way earlier. I put it out at, 7 a.m. at Braves money line -128. There's a 134 that is pretty hard to get to, but there's, I wouldn't mind a -1 in this spot.
All right. Jacob, you have anything regarding this game?
I do. So I bet you can still win your Braves money line. I bet the Marlins plus the half run line in the first 5. Kind of exactly what you were talking about. Like I think I wanted to back Sandy here in his last. We talked about this, but in his last 3 starts, he's racking a 2.12 ERA, a sub-1 WHIP, 3.37 xFIP. He's inducing nearly a 36% chase percentage. Like he's starting to look like he's coming back into form. Beginning of the season, he was a blind fade, 4, 4, 5, 6 runs. Last 3 starts, 2, 0, 2. And I mean, Bryce Elder, I thought what Spoon said was a super sharp take. I didn't even think about that. But another thing is on the road, Elder, he gave up 1 run to San Francisco, nearly came off the game of his life on the road. Next game, got shelled versus Colorado. His other road stars, we just talked about it. He gave up 3 runs to Pittsburgh. He gave up 5 runs to the Rays, which we talked about, to that really similar ballpark. And he also gave up 3 runs to the Rockies. Would not say those are very potent offenses. I don't mind the Braves in the full game. Their bullpen's been very, very good. I know this is a division game, but the Braves are also playing the Mets again coming up, like right next. So, I mean, it is Sunday. So I'm taking my shot on the Marlins on a Sunday, basically. Weird stuff happens on Sunday.
Yeah, Marlins on that last game of the series are always a threat.
Yeah.
And I don't mind the Marlins, the plus a half run. I think there's going to be very low variant. Like, I feel like it's going to be a very tight 1 run, probably tie game. Tie game, I feel like is a.
I was just looking for both pitchers give up 2 runs. Like I don't even need them. I need them to be tied through the first 5, and I can get it at an affordable price. I thought with Sandy on the mound looking decent, It was worth a shot.
I was actually I was going to ask Spoon. What do you think about the Cubs acquiring Sandy Alcantara?
I saw some rumors about that. That would make me very happy. I would like that a lot. I'm not going to just dream about that because
that'd be nice. That'd be
not going to happen.
Are you kidding me?
I know. We need him. We need him. Even
baseball.
early in the season, his stuff his pitches were great, but he just couldn't command the baseball, and that's why he was miss when he would miss middle if he was in the zone, and he's coming strong here.
I'm going to
interrupt.
Take it away, Jacob.
Not sure if we already gave out a winner on the show, but if you looked at the score of the Orioles game, it's already 2-0.
Let's go. So with that being said, guys, I think Troy talked me into something that no one on screen is on. I think I'm going to be on the Marlins team total under 3.5 -110. That's currently what I'm getting right now. I think Elder can go out there and throw an absolute gem against the Marlins, if I'm being honest. I think this leans to the under as well, but seeing this market move towards the Braves now sitting at a -150. Before I went on the show, the Marlins were sitting at a +115. I'm seeing a +136, 21 cents of movement in an hour and a half. That's crazy to me on this book. I want nothing to do with the Marlins. I want them. I'm going to predict that they don't even score 3 runs in this game. Could even probably get, honestly, a 2.5, but I like the 3.5 at -110. I'm going to circle back over this game before we end the show. I'm going to put a question mark next to it, but I'm really close to this Marlins team total under 3.5. I'm not going to back the Marlins here in any way, shape, or form. Do you guys have anything else on this game? All good. All right. Shout out to Mr. Heat in the building. I see you there. Wager Detective, my guy. Good to see you in the building. Scump Blaster, forgot to give you a shout out earlier. Old E, my guy right there. He said, smash the like button, you dogs. Smash the like button, guys. 150 likes. Giveaway, $25 giveaway in the chat today before we get off screen. So repost this, retweet our tweets that we posted out. It gets more viewers in here. It gets new eyes in here. I see currently we have, over 300 people that have been with us today. Shout out to you guys that have been sticking with us from the beginning. Me and my guy Spoons love doing the show. We just want to continue to do this every week and give you guys the best information we can and bring on guests that guys like Troy Torrance, guys like Sports Science Jacob, that give you different looks and different caps on these games than me and Spoons. So shout out to them as well. Let's move on to this next game, a game that I was very intrigued on. I wanted the Milwaukee Brewers before I got on the show here, but I'm looking at another market move towards the Twins here in this spot. Currently, Milwaukee Brewers got Priester on the mound against Fiesta, against the Twins here. The Twins playing some horrible baseball, guys. You guys hear me talking at the beginning of the season how low I was on this team. And they went on that crazy run where they went 8 games over 500. I couldn't believe what they were doing with that lineup that they have. I don't like it by any means. I haven't been backing Twins games because I just haven't had a good read on them, whether if it's the side I'm on them or against them. The Brewers have made me a ton of cash this year, but I haven't been on the series at all, but we're still getting plus money with the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't know. It's tough here in this spot. Spoons, I know you have a play in this. I'm going to step away for 1 minute. Take it away, my guy.
So, yeah, I just want to start. I see Coin has posted Festa scratched for Minnesota, Colombe starting now. So what this is going to be is Colombe opening for David Festa. You're still going to see Festa come in and pitch the majority of the innings. The books are telling you that by this line not immediately moving with a pitching change this late. If they were worried about this, they would have froze the lines. Nobody would have been able to bet anything. Festa's still going. This is pretty much on point. One thing I know is when teams do this, they set themselves up for success. They're taking some of the Brewers' bats they're worried about hitting Festa, and they're taking one bat away from them. And it makes a lot of sense. This is a strategy employed for a few years now in baseball, and I think more teams are going to follow suit, especially with these bottom-end starters. They're 4-5s, guys they're kind of worried about because the Twins want to get a win here. The Brewers have embarrassed them the last few games. The market in this game, like I noted, it hasn't moved a ton. We have 68% of the tickets on Milwaukee and 91% of the cash, 67% of the tickets on the under, and 89% of money on the under. This line opened at a 9.5, juiced to the over quite heavily, and it's pretty much pick 'em overs now. So it's moved probably 10 cents down, 15 cents down, depending the book you'd like to track at. Also, the opening line was a minus 140, and I think it's down to minus 130 and 135s, depending where you're looking. I'm on the Brewers here. I got plus 120 on this. This is a team that I do not like that much. There's no bias here, but this is a pitcher in Quinn Priester that I think a lot of people do not give this guy credit. If you look back at his last 8 games, he's given up more than 2 runs one time, and that was 3 earned runs on 4 hits to Baltimore. This guy's pitching incredibly well. Our guy Jimmy the Bag's been a big Quinn Priester fan for a long time, and this is a spot where I expect him to pitch well. The Twins lineup on paper looks pretty good versus right-handed pitching, especially recently. They're 8th WRC plus in the last 30 days. But I really think that Brewers lineup is going to get to David Festa throughout the course of this game. I see them trying to hide him. That's because they're worried about the Brewers lineup getting to David Festa. If they were confident in this guy, they wouldn't be wasting a bullpen arm in the first inning.
Yeah.
The Brewers bats in the last 30 days are 8th in baseball, and on the road, they're the number 1 team in baseball. So I think there's a spot where we can get to David Festa. He's not a pitcher I have a lot of faith in. There's so many different ways to attack this. The one thing I will say is the Twins bullpen is 5th overall the last 30 days. There's a lot of arms that I really trust in the back end of that between Griffin Jacks and Sands, Yuan Duran. There's a lot of good arms there. And the Brewers bullpen, which I've always thought of as being one of the best bullpens in baseball, is not there anymore. They're more middle of the pack. So that needs to be on the register. I think the Brewers have a large lineup advantage. I think the pitching probably comes out to a wash when you mix in the bullpens. I think we're getting a really good price on this Brewers team. Plus 120, it's on my card.
And shout out, I want to give a quick one because someone just said that Rays game dropped to an 8. It hasn't dropped to 8 at either of my books yet, so that is interesting. I don't know if either of you guys have that game pulled up particularly on your book. Can any of you guys tell me, has this total dropped to an 8 in the Tampa Bay Rays game?
So there's some 8s on the board,
I'm seeing
depending where you're looking.
An 8. Under
There's
8
8
plus
at minus
100.
115 on FanDuel.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad I got in on that under when I did at minus 115 or minus 120. I got in right on time because I wouldn't have moved on it if it was at an 8. So with that being said, Spoons, anything else in this game? You want to pass this one over to Troy?
Yeah, Brewers money line.
Brewers money line.
That's where I'm at. Did I not touch on the weather here?
You did. I don't think you did.
Yeah, what's that look like?
So we have 16-mile-an-hour winds blowing from right to left. It's going to be kind of cloudy throughout the day, but it's going to be very hot. Humidity level decently high. Looking for the name real quick. Target field is going to be plus 13% runs overall and plus 12% home runs, modeled by our guys at Ballpark Pal. They think that wind is going to blow a little more out than what Swish does, just based on the weather patterns they're reading. I think there could be some runs on the board here today.
Troy T, take it away, my friend.
I don't have much to say in this game. I would agree with Spoons. This profiles as Brewers once again. I already backed him in game 1 and game 2 of this series. So do I go back to the well and hope for a sweep on the road against the Twins when I'm not the biggest fan in the Brewers? And I was actually hoping to bet the Twins today, but as soon as I started to profile the game, no chance I'm on the Twins. This is 100% Brewers or pass. I would like Festa. Last year he was a pitcher that I backed. He was expected to have massive regression, favorable regression, and that's what he's seen. This year it's the exact opposite. He's expected for bad numbers to get worse. And when you watch him pitch, you can't argue with it. I didn't get deep into the pitching metrics, but I bet you his velo's down. I bet you he's got a bunch of, he's trending downwards year over year with all this pitch, stuff plus metrics. So, this would be Brewers a pass. I'm close to moving on it. I really am.
I want to give a quick shout out to Gorky before my guy Jacob takes this one over. Shout out to my guy Gorky, gave out another dono right there, $2. Shout out to my guy, always showing love. He said Giants, Blue Jays money line parlay or Brewers straight up. It's a tough one right there. I haven't played any of those games, so I can't give you anything. Maybe my guy Jacob could give you something in that one. But Jacob, take it away, my guy.
I'm with Spoon. I love what Spoon said. I don't think a lot of people give Quinn Priester credit. I mean, like Spoon said, this is a guy that's given up more than 2 earned runs in 1 of his last 8 starts, and that was against Baltimore. We also have Festa, who I'm not a fan of. This is a guy that's gone 6 innings once in his last 4 starts. Spoon touched on the weather. We have very hitter-friendly conditions, and we have what Spoon said, a Brewers team. They're the best lineup in baseball on the road. This is a team that scored in their last 10 games. They've scored more than 5 runs they've scored 5 or more runs in 7 of their last 10 games on the road. They've now scored 17 and 9 runs in this series as well. So I'm on the Brewers money line at plus 122. And I also you can build a Brewers team total over 4 runs. I did that at minus 127. I don't see how at least I don't get 4 runs between. Let me touch on this, that the Brewers are also the best team against bullpens. That might be a little skewed considering they scored 17 runs that one game. So, but the Brewers on the road are still the best hitting lineup in baseball. So I'll trust them to at least give me a push on 4 runs. And like I said, they've gotten 5 or more in 7 of their last 10.
All right, my guy Jacob's locked in. He's got a couple plays he's got going today. He's on the Brewers, got plus 122, and he also built a Brewers team total over 4. What juice did you get on that, my guy?
Minus 127. I don't know what you could build it at now. I mean, if I'm looking at the best odds available, I could probably get that to you.
You're good. I mean, if that's what you gave it out as, that's going to be your play. You give it out officially. So shout out to you. This is nothing. I wanted to be on the Brewers here in this way, but it seems like the line's starting to move back towards the Twins here. I saw the Brewers, I think, at a plus 112, plus 115, now plus 124 at my book right now. It's nothing I want to move on in this game. I have nothing on this. I try to stay away from Twins games at this point. Just my ROI isn't successful in their games. Is it with the Brewers? Absolutely, just not with the Twins. And that's crazy. The Brewers have the best bats on the road. That's absolutely wild. I would never have expected that. So that's crazy looking at that lineup and seeing how much. Oh, you see my guy Marco in the chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for showing out. One of my buddies right there. Appreciate you, my guy. Jonathan Johnson, the Twins whack. Yeah, I'm not going to move on this game. This is going to be a pass for me here. But we've got official plays. We've got my guy Jacob on the Brewers over 4 and the Brewers plus 122. And then my guy Spoons is on the Brewers money line as well. Troy, you are staying away from this game as of right now?
I'm going to stay away.
Yeah, this is going to be a stay away for me. Shout out to my guy, Jonathan Johnson, in the building. He said, where's my shout out? Shout out to you for showing up, my guy. Stick along. Get your bank account ready. Let's make some money, baby. Let's go. Hope you're having a great Sunday over
Wins
there.
whack.
That's my buddy right there. He doesn't bet too much, but I appreciate the support, my guy, and I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. Let's move on to this next game. Cincinnati Reds against the St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals, man. This team's playing some good baseball this season. Going into the season, I'm not going to lie, I didn't even think they were going to be a 500 baseball team. Just looking at their roster, they had some young guys in there that I just wasn't super high on by any means. And this team is playing good team baseball. They've got a good manager. They've got a great fan base over there in St. Louis. They always get people out to these ball games. That being said, they're going for the sweep here. We got Miles Michaelis, journeyman right there. I mean, I've been talking about this guy for years now against Abbott here from the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Reds, a team my guy Jose Bouquet is high on this season. I know he likes those Reds. So I'm curious to see if he has anything on this game. But with that being said, the Reds sitting here as the favorite here, nearly at a -120, pretty much a -115 to a -120 both ways. Got a total at 9.5, juice to the under at -120 here. Spoons, take it away. Give us the weather report. Give us a breakdown on what you think is going to happen here.
Yeah, I'll get straight into the market. We have 71% of the tickets on the Cincinnati Reds and Andrew Abbott, and 66% of the cash. We have 55% of the tickets on the under and 75% of the cash on the under. It's kind of interesting line movement there because you have an opening number at 9 and a 9.5 is what you see. It's juiced around the board, but I think 9.5 is going to be basically the number this total closes at. With all that money on the under, I think the books are telling you this is going to be more hitter friendly than a lot of people think. This is Busch Stadium, which traditionally one of the most pitcher friendly parks in all of baseball. But today the weather isn't conducive to an under. You have temperatures in the 90s, feeling like almost 100 during game time, and winds blowing 10 miles an hour out to left field. So I think the books are telling you there's going to be some runs here today. And when I look at these two lineups and try to figure out where they're going to be distributed, I think this is a Reds spot. I look at Miles Michaelis, and as you've said, he's been a pretty decent pitcher these last few seasons. He's exceeded any expectations I believe anybody had for him. But if we look at this guy specifically here at home, where a lot of pitchers like to pitch better, he has an xFIP over 5 on the season, a 5.43 xFIP in his last 3 starts, an ERA above 5 in any sort of shape form you want to look at it. He got touched by Toronto. He got touched by Kansas City. He only gave up 1 run to Arizona, but they were missing one of their biggest bats at that time. I think this is a spot where the Reds bats can get to Miles Michaelis. And then I look at who's pitching for them, and it's Andrew Abbott. This is a guy that I really like. I have a hard time trying to fade him anymore. You look at him, he pitches in one of the most hitter-friendly parks in all of baseball. Great American was literally built for Ken Griffey Jr. to break records in. And now Cincinnati has to employ pitchers to pitch there. And they found a stud right here with Andrew Abbott, and they got a steal on the amount of money they have to pay him. He's not giving up runs out on the road. He's not giving up runs at home either. But I think you look at his last start on the road, he pitched against Cleveland, 9 innings, a shutout. You never see that anymore. Amazing. He went to the Cubs at Wrigley Field. It wasn't that pitcher-friendly of a day. 7 innings, 0 earned. This is a guy shutting down some of the best lineups in baseball. He's already pitched against these Cardinals this year, and it was an abbreviated outing. He was coming back from an injury, and he didn't give up a run in that spot. I think this is just a spot where Andrew Abbott is going to keep me in this game, and the Reds bats, even if Abbott gives up 1 or 2, I'm going to feel live the entire game. The Reds bullpen isn't necessarily anything to write home about. I'm sure the Cardinals can probably get a run or 2 off them as well, but I think the Reds versus bullpens, they're a top third of the league team, and I think they can get to the Cardinals' mediocre bullpen. They have nothing that really scares me. Helsley's one guy that'll shut you down in the 9th, but even that, Cincinnati Reds on the money line. I don't have the juice that I tweeted it out at, but I'll find that real quick. -110. Go ahead and take it away.
I just want to do a quick little, you know what, guys? shout out to everyone in the chat. Instead of 150 likes, we get to 100 likes before we talk the Sunday night baseball game. We're doing a $25 giveaway. I just want to give away some money to someone in the chat. I still want to get to 150 likes. So if we get to 150 likes, I'll give away another $25 if we can get there. So let's get to 100 likes here before the Sunday night baseball game, and I'll have everyone in the chat do something, and maybe we'll do a little horse. No, we won't do a horse race because that's members only. I'll do something. I'll give it out to someone out there. You don't have to be a member. Just hit the like button, guys. With that being said, Troy, take it away.
I kind of want to go deep into the market with this game just because I find this to be fascinating. So I track line open, line close, how the line moves throughout the day. Divisional versus non-divisional.
What book you use for that?
Yeah, so I use two different books. And this exact result is the same on both. I use DraftKings and Pinnacle. The same way I look at the cash flow, I kind of want a mix of the sharpest and the squarest books to get an understanding of what's going on. I know you do the same thing, but you predicate some stuff on ESPN Bet, right, Spoon?
So that's one I just have circled for MLB totals. I think outside of that, I don't think ESPN Bet has their own odds makers. If we're going to talk about this, I think they steal specifically from one offshore. I've been looking at the movement between the two of them, and I think I found what offshore book they use. Not trying to promote anything there, but I think ESPN Bet's onto something with their totals. They direct their money where they want it. They don't sit a lot on a push because the push allows the public to not destroy their bankroll. The books are never worried about a bad day. The amount of money they have over there, they're never tilted off losing 0-5. They're going to get the money back the next day with the person that just went 5-0 betting irresponsibly. And I think they're really sharp with the way they move it off the half. They move it to a half run and they force the money on the over or the under. And sometimes if you look at the direction they moved it in versus the money movement, I think you can even use that as just a spot to say, hey, I need to bet this. But I don't want to spend too much time trying to promote that. I think all that stuff's really liquid. What they're doing right now isn't necessarily what they're going to be doing a month from now. They all always adjust. They find ways to not let us make money. So I was just curious the books because I know you put a lot into this market, and the offshore one was the one I was looking for. Thank you.
For the Pinnacle?
Yep.
Yeah, I create the range based off the Pinnacle and DK to see if there's any discrepancies. And when there is discrepancies, I try to bring it up, but sometimes I become biased. It's hard not to when you're doing this, right? But in this case, you have a very similar market between DraftKings and Pinnacle. So it really doesn't matter which one I use. You're going to see very similar trends. But I'm looking at home teams in division with a line move towards the road team, and the home team closes as a dog between plus 115 and minus 108. And that kind of puts us right smack dab in the middle of what we're looking at between DK and Pinnacle right now. And what you see is a home team in this situation over the past 3 years is 58 and 44. That's 57%. So, an average line of about plus 100, plus 102, you're looking at a 57% close rate. And the thing that really flipped me to bullish on the Cardinals, and I know this market, I bet this market all the time. When the sharp action, so I use Action Network, right? I know that might not be the best, and I was thinking about switching, but it takes a lot to go back and update 4,000 games. But when the sharp action is also on the road team, in this case, I'm just putting the filter on right now, the home team goes to 39 and 20, 66%. So from 57 up to 66. But even if you just baseline the closing market, you're looking at over 50% on the money line for the home team that's in division. That's why I moved on the Cardinals. I mean, that alone is why I moved on the Cardinals. I'm always looking for reasons to fade Miles Mikolas, and I've lost money this season. So I agree with you. I think there's regression. And as we talked, I added a play in this game because I think we're going to see runs. We're looking at two pitchers who are respected in the market, at least, and Miles Mikolas is slowly gaining more and more respect in the market. And we're looking at a 9.5 total. I think we're going to see, you could still see some nines in the market right now. I added an over 9 minus 120 at FanDuel just probably about 10 minutes ago. And I think that we're going to see runs in this situation. I do believe Abbott, he's a crafty lefty. Don't get me wrong. I've also lost money fading this guy. These are both pitchers that I've lost money fading this season. So take it for what it is. I think that I split a unit up. I got a half a unit on the Cardinals money line. I got a half unit on the over 9. And I believe that at least one of those are going to cash.
All right. Jacob, before you take it away here, I want to give a quick shout out to Cheyenne McIntosh in the building. Said, yo, I came here from Kerm's show. I like it a lot. Thank you, Spoon. Shout out to you. Appreciate you guys as always. All the people that are coming over from Kyle Kerm's YouTube channel, we appreciate it. We're going to do the same thing for him. If you guys don't follow Kyle Kerms, go hit him a subscribe, watch his YouTube as well. Guy's a really good dude, really good capper as well. Brings on a lot of good guests, obviously, because my guy Spoon's always on there a couple times a week, so you can catch him there as well. Go hit them a subscribe, and if you're here from his show, let me know. Guys, if you weren't here, once we get to 100 likes, I'm giving away a $25 giveaway. As soon as I said 100 likes, we're almost there now. So shout out to you guys. We're going to give away $25 to someone in there. If we get to 150, it's another $25. If we get to 200, that's $50 right there. So that's $100 I'll be giving away today to anyone in the chat. All you guys have to do is hit the like. We've had almost 400 people in the building already, but let's get there. Jacob, take it away.
So I'm just gonna go straight out. I'm on the Reds' first 5 money line. I just think we have the starting pitching advantage, like discrepancy here. Like Spoon touched on, Abbott on the road has pitched absolute gems. He is a 0 ERA in his last 2 road starts. He blanked 2 great, Cleveland, and then he managed to shut down the Cubs on the road. And then we have, I also like the bats. If we look at Michaelis has seen this Reds lineup, 117 plate appearances. He's given up an over 300 average and a 453 slugging. And we got Abbott, 89 plate appearances versus this Cardinals lineup, a 218 average. So for me, I just thought we had a clear difference in starting pitching advantage, and I was willing to move at a minus 110, pretty much no juice on a Reds first 5. It does seem like bait, but I'm happy to back the Reds on the road also, who are still a upper echelon team on the road. And the last 14 days, they're the top 10 in WOBA. So I'm just gonna pray that the Reds bats get some Michaelis. I think Michaelis, like we touched on, he's been much better than he was last season. He was pretty much a blind fade last season, if we all remember that. But at home this season, he's not looked good. 5.82 ERA in his last 3 starts, 5.32 ERA in his last 4 home starts. So I think the Reds can get to him here.
All right, I like it, guys. I
gotta touch on something else. I saw someone in the chat say I look like Vanilla Ice, like ice, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like ice.
I did see that. I saw that earlier. That's funny. Shout out to him.
I'm gonna step away real quick.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Cedars in the building right there. My good buddy, one of my groomsmen right there. Appreciate your support as always. I know Cedars has a betting account. Get your betting account ready today, Cedars. Let's make some bets today, my guy. Appreciate you for showing out. Hit the like button. Chris, if you weren't here, once we get to 100 likes, I'm giving away a $25 giveaway to anyone in the chat. I'm going to have everyone press a certain button. We're going to get there. Let's see where we currently are right now. I know we're getting there, but let's see really quick. We are at 98. 2 more likes away, guys, from 100. And then we're giving away $25 to someone out there.
One last thing about this Cardinals team against left-handed pitching, you got to like what you see. Like, this is more support for me. Like, I'm becoming more bullish on the over because I don't believe in Michaelis. I feel like he's definitely vulnerable against the Reds lineup. And I think that Abbott's going to be vulnerable too, just looking at this high total and looking at what they've done versus quality lefties. Quintana, despite what you think, he's been quality this season. I cashed him yesterday. I cashed the under first 3 as well. He did, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 innings against who else is on here? Cole Reagans, 3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. Turek Skubal, 5.2 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Cole Reagans, 5 innings. This is the first time. So he went up against Cole Reagans twice. 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 runs. Yeah, I mean, they're putting up good numbers versus quality lefties. I think the over is probably the best play in this game.
All right, and without further ado, let's bring on our next guest here, my brother from another mother right here, my guy right here. I'm able to share the screen with this guy every Saturday during college football and college basketball season. We have a good time doing it as well. He's somewhere out there, man. It's a nice day out there in Texas. I can see him from backstage. Sorry for keeping you on ice this long. Without further ado, let's bring on my guy, Dabby Cap.
Oh, shit, I needed to be sideways. Well, I'm going to be quick, guys.
You're good, Cap. Take it away.
You don't gotta see me anyways. Look, I usually try to go with plus money on the player props, but Look, Ellie De La Cruz, he's going to get to Michaelis today. I don't know about the side full game. I'm not trying to talk you guys one way or the other at that. But Cruz has seen Michaelis 12 times. He's got 5 hits. He's got a triple. He's got a double. It's just one of those things where what pitch is Michaelis going to throw past Ellie? He does not fucking have one, okay? An average right-hander can get, and this is coming from somebody who was, when I got to an upper level, never better than average, if I'm going to just level with everyone here, right? An average right-hander can get a right-hander out with a good slider. A lefty is a motherfucker, and that's why you see people go lefty on lefty, righty on righty. His changeup is not – Ellie's got too much plate coverage for the changeup to get him. He's not going to throw his fastball by him because it's not a fast enough – it's just not a competitive enough fastball. He does not have an out pitch for Ellie. He either walks him or he gets hit by him. So we're going Ellie De La Cruz over 1.5 total bases at -110.
All right, I got you locked in here, Dabby Cab. I'm gonna tell you for a little something in this one. I can tell you that right now. I like the look right there that you just gave us, so I'm definitely gonna be backing you, Dabby Cab. Let us know where we can find you every Monday morning over here on Public Sports Radio.
Man, you guys just here on Pub, you'll see it. But Medicate Monday tomorrow, man, and I might pop back in as long as you don't leave me outside for an hour. I got one other little thing.
I didn't have it scrolled down. You know how it is when you're looking backstage.
That's why I'm giving you a hard time, bro. That's why I'm giving you a hard time. So and I got kids out there acting like assholes. So much love to everybody in the chat, man. Medicate Monday tomorrow, the sesh. It's a little different vibe. We still give you guys bets, but it's a little bit more than that. So come hang out with us, guys. We'll see you guys in a bit.
Appreciate you, Cab. My guy in the beautiful Dallas, Texas right now. Looks like it's a beautiful day out there. It's probably hot out there, so the kids are running around. Shout out to him for that. Shout out to everyone in the chat. My guy, Big Daddy Boom. I know he said Juventus earlier on in the stream. They're up 2-0. Shout out to him for posting that early in the chat. And shout out to everyone that's here, guys. And I already know, guys, we got to the 100 likes. That was pretty easy here. Let me see where we're currently sitting at. We've got 167 people watching. We've had over 400 people watching total. We've got 109 likes, guys. Appreciate you guys. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have everyone in the chat put a emoji of a wine and a spoon in the chat. I'm going to close my eyes. Everyone spam the chat with a wine and a spoon. I'm going to pick one random name and we're going to give them $25 today. So start that right now. And as of this game for me, I'm moving off this game. I wanted to be on the Reds. Troy's going to keep me off this game. I want nothing to do with the total in this one. It's going to be a pass for me in this game. Want nothing to do with it. So we can move on to the next game. Do you guys have anything else in this game?
No, I don't. I really like what Cab was just saying there. I think I'm probably going to tail that as well. I'm not huge into player props at this point in the season. Every Sunday, I am giving out a home run prop, and that's going to be in the final game of the day today. But I think I'm going to add that as a hitter prop to my card today. I really like that.
All right, guys, spam the chat. Spam the chat. I'm looking at it from my phone so I can see a lot more names in there. I'm going to scroll up and down for a second. It's the first name I see. I'm going to be honest with this, guys, but let's give it for another 30 seconds or so. See everyone in there, man. Shout out to you guys for showing love. All right, we're going to do a quick little.
Why don't we put them in a horse race?
All these people, everyone in the chat.
Jose, are you up for it? You got to put all those names in.
You got to put all those names in there.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end of the show.
Okay, we will do it at the end of the show. And again, if we get to 150, that's another $25, guys. So put the wine and the spoon in there. Jose's got you guys. We're going to do it at the end of the show. Hopefully give out at least $50 to a couple lucky people out there. We're going to do 2 separate people for sure. So
shout
out
it on X. You probably get that extra 40 likes. I know we've got a few shares out there already. The more people that come in, the better. I think Kyle's show's just about finishing up. So maybe we'll even get a few more.
We've got a lot of people in the chat right now spamming, guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love. But without further ado, we are going to go to the Windy City, Wrigley Field, man, the beautiful Wrigley Field. One of the places that's on my bucket list of places to go. And when I go, I can guarantee you I'm going to be going with my guy, Troy Torrance, when I'm there. But with that being said here, this is a Cubs team that I'm super high on. We're going to bring my guy back on real quick. Seattle Mariners, Chicago Cubs. We got Logan Gilbert on the mound returning. We got Colin Ray on the other side. This is going to be a good ball game here, man. I've had plays on both games of the series. I was on the Mariners in game 1. I wanted to be on the over, couldn't get there. I was on the over yesterday. I was silently on the Cubs team total over 6.5, cash in like the 3rd inning. When the weather's like that, man, I love these Wrigley Field spots. I have nothing in this game as of right now, guys, but I'm going to have my guy Spoon start this one off. Take it away, my guy. Give us a weather report, breakdown, everything we need to know.
So one thing you got to note with Wrigley, it is very receptive to wind. So when you see 10 miles blowing out at certain parks, it doesn't really mean that much. That's why Busch Stadium, even with that wind today, is still modeled at minus 8% runs. A place like Wrigley is the way the buildings are set up. This is an old park that's built 120 years ago that's never had buildings put up in a way that deters the wind. So this is a spot where it really carries. And that's why Ballpark has this modeled at plus 43% home runs today. That is a very significant number. It's 20 plus 24% runs overall. That's because it's going to be a beautiful day in Wrigley today. The wind's going to be blowing out between 11 to 14 miles an hour during game time. It's going to be temps in the 90s. Just a beautiful day for baseball. Definitely going to get some sun on you if you head out there today. 64% of the tickets are on Seattle and 87% of the cash. There's 63% of the tickets on the over and 69% of the cash on the over. This opened up at 11.5, and I see 11.5s around. I think this is a little bit fishy in my opinion. I did not bet this game because I saw Logan Gilbert kind of fished out at a price where I didn't necessarily agree with it. I thought he should be demanding a heavier price here, especially with a guy in Colin Ray, who I don't believe the public has a lot of respect for. I'm going to double check to see if there's a lineup out, and there is. I was wondering if Cal Raleigh might not be in the lineup, but he's in. Crawford, Rodriguez, everybody's in the lineup for Seattle today. Same thing with the Cubs. You got Happy, Suzuki, Armstrong, Bush, Horner, Shaw, the rookie McGuire, and Bruhan. I think this is going to be a good game. I think this is probably lined so close to a pick'em just because of that weather, and the books are a little scared that, even if Mariners do go up 4-0 in that first 5 with Gilbert on the mound, that the Cubs could come storming back and win this game. So I think when the weather's blown out like this, you just wait to live bet it, see if the team you really like goes down a couple runs, and you get a much better price. And that's what I like to do. I kind of hope the Mariners get an early lead, and I get to put some money on the Cubs. I don't have any pregame action on this, so I'll go ahead and pass it along.
Troy Torrance, take it away, my guy. Your Chicago Cubs against the Seattle Mariners.
I mean, this is automatic for me. If you followed me at all in the chat or the few times I've been on screen, you know that if we have a double-digit total in Wrigley Field, I'm betting on the Cubs. Over the past 3 years, double-digit total, Wrigley Field, the Cubs are 9-2 straight up. But what about when they're only looking at when they're dogs? Let me get that little profile up for you right now. 5-0 straight up, winning by 5, 1, 1, 7, and 3. I've been on them every game the past few years in this exact situation, and I'm not going to stop now. And I just talked about a very similar profile that's in division. We look out of conference with a very similar market to what we just seen in the last game with the Reds and the Cardinals. You're looking at a 66% market in favor of the home team. This is easy play for me. I don't want to see this line start creeping past 110 and into 120 range. Now that would completely flip my bullish sentiment. I don't know if it would, because I believe that it's very auspicious to me that we're looking at Gilbert on the road with a 12 total, 11.5, 12, double digits. This man hasn't pitched. Let me see. He's pitched in one game with a total higher than 9. We're looking at a 12. And that total was 9. And he has not been, he's obviously anybody with a total 9. When your average total for Gilbert, we're looking at a 7.5 because most of his starts are at home. Actually, this is only his second road start all season long. And he didn't really look very good in his first road start. He gave up in 4.2 innings of work. He had a 2.0 whip, and he gave up 2 earned runs against Toronto. I just believe that Gilbert's going to be vulnerable today. I don't like Ray. I know he's going to regress. He has been regressing. We've seen that coming. And I think that he's way more accustomed to pitching in this type of conditions with a high total than Logan Gilbert, who, most of his games, especially this season, are at home in that favorable, pitcher-friendly environment. So, yeah, this was easy for me. I bet the Cubs money line. I bet it earlier today, plus 100. So you can get a better number now.
All right, my guy Troy Torrance on the Cubs money line. I'm gonna add a play in this game, but first I'm gonna have my guy Jacob take it away. Jacob, do you have anything in this game?
I do. So I bet the Mariners first five -120. It's now -140. Probably public money, obviously backing Gilbert, pushing to the over. But I mean, honestly, I do lean the Cubs full game. Like I think the Cubs can just honestly put up run. They're used to playing in Wrigley, wind blowing out. You saw how electric that game was yesterday. Lead off home runs. They're packing a lot of power in their lineup, and I do think Gilbert is going to give up runs in this ballpark. Like I think this. If you guys wanted to take a first five over, like I wouldn't hate that either. But I mean, the Cubs in the last 30 days, they're actually the worst lineup in baseball against hitting the four-seam fastball, and the Cubs have Rhea on the mound. Like we said, there's not a lot of people that want to back Rhea. His last two home starts, a 6.17 ERA. Now he's in a very non-hitter friendly or non-pitcher friendly conditions. I think the Mariners, I was considering the Mariners team total over, thinking they just obviously get the Rhea, but I don't see how even if Gilbert gives up 2 runs that the Mariners couldn't get at least 3 runs, or if Gilbert gives up 3 runs that the Mariners couldn't get 4 in through the first 5 to get me a win for Seattle in the first 5. Again, I think it's just the pitching advantage. I think, overs in Wrigley I think the total. I think I said this yesterday. I think the total's telling. Like if it's like 11.5 in Wrigley, like I don't know if we really would be. I don't know if I'd be betting any unders.
All right, yeah, guys. I think I got talked into it by Troy's breakdown. I'm going to be moving on the over in this game. It's just this is a crazy total for Logan Gilbert on the mound, guys. And Colin Ray, a guy that Spoons touched on. The general public doesn't really know who this guy is. Still got good numbers though, but we're seeing the total at 11.5, and it was a -105 a little bit ago. Now it's a -115 at my book. Enough's enough. I'm moving on the over here. I think runs are going to be scored like they have been in both these ball games. It looks like very hitter conditions once again here, and I question if Logan Gilbert going out there in Wrigley in this wind, if he's going to be able to keep these guys in the ballpark, because a lot of guys, I mean, this Cubs batting order, guys, you guys have heard me talk about how deep this batting order is, and when they're playing, I know they've kind of taken a step back in the month of June. But when you look at their lineup and from just an eye test, you look at this 1 through 9, man, I don't know if there's a better 1 through 9 out there than these guys.
Bush and Kelly and Horner, like the bottom of the lineup. They're batting better than most lineups.
It's wild, guys. So I'm taking it. I'm going to take the over 11.5 -115 in the Cubs Mariners. It's going to be an addition for me. And just so you guys know, we do have some runs on the board. Currently, we have the Tigers up 1-0 midway through the second inning. Got the Baltimore Orioles leading the New York Yankees 2-1. And until then, we don't have another game for about another 45 minutes. So those are the 2 games currently going on. With that being said, I'm on the over here.
Spoons, Diaz got that hit.
Oh, did he? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's go. Spoons, anything you want to touch on this to end this off? Are you good on this one, brother?
No, I think I am going to try to catch the Cubs at plus money partway through this game. Logan Gilbert is a guy coming back from injury, but he's a guy I have a ton of respect for as a pitcher. I think on his best of days, he could pitch a shutout at Wrigley with the wind blowing out. So I don't initially want to try to fade him. And I think the Cubs, like you guys just mentioned, the bottom of their order offers a ton of value. And the way that the books offer live lines, as soon as you get past those top couple bats, you get so much better live odds. I am going to look to live bet this game. I expect to have money on the Cubs before the end of today, but right now I'm not comfortable to give it out.
One more thing also is I know people were on this market yesterday. I didn't even think to bet this market, but there was people who took the game total home runs over. I don't know what the number was, but you could probably go straight back to that today because there'll probably be about another 4 to 5 home runs in this game.
I remember that yesterday on Jose's show. They were talking about that. I think it was 5.5.
You got like 3 in the first, 2 in the first inning yesterday, 3 in the first inning yesterday, or something like.
Especially the way the ball's going to be flying at Wrigley today. I think both these pitchers are in.
I want to get out and see that ballpark for sure.
Yeah, one of these days we all got to do a little link up at one of these ballparks for a ball game, man. It'd be a great time. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We hit over 120 likes right now. We've got 200 people in the building. We've had almost 500 people in here total. I can see at the top left of my screen from YouTube and Twitter. So shout out to you guys. we don't have a show without you guys, so we appreciate you guys showing up early and often. What game are we at currently now?
Wine time.
Yeah.
That basically concludes my action for right now. And
you're good, brother.
Son, man.
Thank you so much for hopping in
Troy
with us today,
Torrance,
Troy.
my guy.
If you don't follow Troy on X, make sure you go follow him right now. This is one of the sharpest cappers anywhere you'll find. It's a pleasure to get to share the screen with you, my guy.
Yeah, no, shout out to Troy Torrance, man. I've known Troy for going on 3 years now, and this guy's a winner, man. You guys go follow him on X, give him a follow on there. Hopefully, he can come on our show once again. Guy's a busy guy, but he puts in the work. These two guys on screen next to me, these guys put in a lot of work to this, guys. So give them a follow. I respect the grind that these guys put in every single day. So give them a follow. Troy, plug your Twitter and anything else you want to give.
No, I'm just going to plug Pub Sports Radio because I believe in this channel. I believe in people in the chat. The people in the chat, I mean, we got heavy hitters. We say heavy hitters a lot, but I truly fucking believe it. I mean, there's a reason I'm here. There's a reason I'm here with Spoon and Wine Time. I believe in these cappers immensely, Jacob. I feel like you're really sharp. You gave some really good looks. Good to share the screen with you as well. And everybody in chat, y'all some dogs. Let's go eat today, boys.
Let's go, Troy. Heck yeah. Shout out to Troy Torrance in the building for showing out today on a Sunday morning. Appreciate that a lot, man. So shout out to him. All right, guys, we've got a couple games left for today, guys. I mean, this has been a great show. We're an hour and a half deep. I told Spoons and Jose before the show started, this will be the longest show we have so far on a Sunday, but it's going to be the best show we have. And we've had almost 500 people in here already. Which blows the numbers we had last week out of the water before we even got it in here. We have over 120 likes. Keep hitting the like button, guys. Keep bringing people in here. It helps us out a lot. If you guys give a donation.
They got to share again one time in the chat if they want to get in on the giveaway at the end.
Yeah, guys. We already did the 100 like giveaway. There's still time to get in. Put a wine and a spoon emoji. I see my guy Kong's clip in there. Kong's, we're giving a $25 giveaway. And then another $25 giveaway after 150 likes. Put a spoon and a wine emoji in the chat, and we will put you in the race at the end of the show, my guy. See all those people in there. My guy, Sports Scientist. Yeah, everyone applies for this other than me and Spoons, guys. Troy can do it as well. Beans, barbed wire bet. Shout out to you.
I'm just showing people what to put. They better just copy paste.
Heck yeah. Hit that spoons and hit that wine time emoji, guys, and you're going to be entered in a horse race. But shout out to my guy, Kong's clip. Can't wait to talk college football with him in 2 months. Kongs, you ever want to reach out, man? I've been starting my research already. I know we look at college football pretty similar and different in both ways. So shout out to you for showing out, and I'm excited to talk college football with you. Now let's go into this game here. Arizona Diamondbacks, Colorado Rockies. We've got Brandon Pfaadt on the mound, currently sitting 8-4 record against Antonio Centella. Heard my guy Jimmy talk about this guy all season long. Shout out to him for that. Spoons, take it away. This is a game I have nothing in. Don't have much of a breakdown, so I'm going to let you two take it away here. Spoons, take it away. Give us the weather report here in Coors Field.
So I'm going to first touch on Arizona's lineup, which I was just looking at. Some notable big names out of it. So Perdomo, Vargas, Smith, Naylor, Suarez, Grichuk, Tawa, Thomas, and Herrera. I think this is a B lineup for Arizona here. Brandon Pfaadt's on the mound, and this is a guy I really like. I think in the right situation, he can step up, but he's a guy I feel like pitches to the level of his competition. So when he pitches against the Rockies, he pitches poorly, but when he pitches against the Dodgers, he pitches well. And Senzatella is a guy, if you look at his metrics, it's pretty hard to make an argument that he's really good. But I think if you were looking at this guy pitching for a different team, all these numbers would be skewed much more positively, and you'd be able to make an argument for him. Rockies got everybody in their lineup today. The longer I look at this, the more I look at the Rockies plus 1.5, the Rockies won. The minus 1.5 market is one of the most terrible markets to bet into in baseball. No matter how you look at it, you're down somewhere between 10 and 20 units on the season. And if not more than that. And I think this is a spot that people are going to try to lay a minus 1.5 with Arizona. I think it's going to be one of those parlay spots on the board, and I think that's a mistake a lot of people are going to make today. To touch on the weather, this is Coors Field, the most offensive park in baseball. You have 12, 13 mile an hour winds blowing out. Temperatures are in the 90s, but it really feels like the 80s. So it's not like the Florida humidity heat kind of feeling you have here. The lowest barometric pressure in all of baseball is usually here. It is again today, and that allows for the ball just to really fly. Our friends at Ballpark Pal have this modeled at plus 31% home runs and plus 32% runs overall. So it just means it's conducive to good weather here, a lot of runs. I think the Rockies are live. I haven't bet it yet, but it looks possible.
Okay, the Rockies are live. Jacob,
Oh.
can you make sense of this one for me?
The Rockies are live. You definitely. I'm very happy to. I actually did not. The insight on the lineup now. Diamondbacks are completely rolling out their B lineup. The fact that they rolled out that many guys, but I took the Rockies' first 5 team total over 2.5 runs, and backing the Rockies to score. I like to do that at cores. I mean, sadly for Brandon Pfaadt, he's just not had the bestest of seasons. I mean, he's carrying a 6.52 ERA on the road, a 1.37 WHIP, a 4.74 xFIP. Like Spoon said, he kind of pitches down to his competition. He's faced the Rockies 3 times in his career, never in Coors Field. Now he's got to go into Coors Field, and we've seen the Rockies. They put up 3 runs in the first 5 innings in 4 of their last 5 home games, and 4 of their last 5 games versus right-handed pitchers. So we're looking at that. They put up 3 runs on Soroka, 3 runs on Urban, 2 on Granholms, 4 on Bryce Elder, 3 on Birdsong, and sneakily, the Rockies have the second best WOBA in the last 14 days versus right-handed pitchers. The best part is Spoon touched on the weather. Again, we saw the first game, not last night, but the first game of this series, balls were flying. It was like a home run derby. So I got and Merrill Kelly's a more serviceable pitcher, in my opinion, than Brandon Pfaadt. So I think they can easily get 3 runs here in the first 5. And honestly, I mean, I'm not this kind of guy, but I know people love freaking sprinkling Rockies plus 200 or whatever price you're getting with that B lineup rolling out for Diamondbacks. I would not be using Arizona as a money line piece today if I were you.
I just want to mention this again because maybe when I read off the lineup, you didn't realize you didn't hear those names, but the 2 biggest bats in this lineup are not here today. There's no Corbin Carroll and there's no Ketel Marte in this Arizona lineup. They have an off day. I see a bunch of people in the chat giving out different props for them. And I think that's going to be the mindset for everybody looking at this. There's not going to be a lot of people actually checking that lineup. You're going to see a lot of these books hanging those people still with their hip props and everything for a while. And what they do is they hang on to that money till the end of the game. And, if they come up to pinch hit towards the end of the game, that bet counts.
Screwed.
And,
It's
it's
be
Coors.
careful
Maybe
with
they'll
that.
You'll find out the hard way if you guys
one of the
don't
hardest
know.
things to do in all of baseball is to come off the bench cold and get a hit. So
I think DraftKings might void it, but
Make
like
sure you're aware of
FanDuel
that.
and most books will keep that money. They pinch hit one time, that prop's live. So if you take like Ketel Marte for like 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs or something, and he pinch hits and even gets like a single, you're not cashing it probably.
I can tell you guys the worst thing playing baseball growing up is getting the day off and your coach says in the 8th inning, yo, you want to go hit? And you're like, I've been sitting on the bench all game. Like, nope, I don't want to ruin my average off a pinch hit. You know what I mean? It's an extra at bat. Cool. But I mean, come on, if you get 1 at bat a game, your sample size, your batting average, your numbers are not going to be good.
It's like pulling a guy off the couch versus the guy that's on the game. It's literally
it's
he's sitting there eating Cheetos and sunflower seeds watching the game.
Exactly. And probably sipping on a couple beers in the dugout too. So shout out to them for that. But nothing for me in this game. I like where you guys are going. I would not take the Diamondbacks in a money line parlay piece. We're seeing them already down to a minus 175 at my book right now against the Rockies. Don't get me wrong. The Rockies always look like the sharp side, but today they do look like the right side. What are we sitting at right here at a plus 1.5? We got the Rockies at a plus 115. I'm curious. The plus 2.5 is probably like a minus 135, minus 145. I think the Rockies are live to at least stay in this game. It's just crazy because even without those bats in the lineup, Spoons, the team total for the Diamondbacks is still 7.5 at minus 115. At this point, I kind of just want to take an over 12.5 here, thinking that both teams are going to be able to do their part and score runs. Nothing for me as of right now. This game doesn't happen for a couple more hours. We'll get back to this game maybe before we end the show, but this is going to be a pass for me. Say again, Spoons?
The market in that game, there's 86% of the tickets on Arizona, 91% of the cash. 52% of the tickets on the over and 60% of the cash. That total opened up at a 12.5, and you're still seeing 12.5s around. This line opened up at a minus 200, and I see minus 178s on some books out there. So there's definitely some respect coming in to the Rockies. So I think that should be noted.
Shout out to Rodney Grinberg in the chat, said, newish listener, like the show, don't like being on the same time as Kyle. Appreciate you for showing out. I know times don't always work out the way we want them to, but we appreciate you stopping by. Hit the like button on your way in or way out, and hit the comment. If there's anything you want us to talk about, we will do that as well. Thanks for coming through, my guy. So on to the next game now. Let's go. I know my guy Stacks. I know Stacks, guys. This guy is just turned 47 yesterday. He had a great birthday. He enjoyed himself the last couple days. That's my guy right there, man. I was able to give him 2 birthday picks the last couple days. They both cashed for him. And this guy deserves it, man, because he puts a lot of work in, not only to capping this game, but to coming out and to supporting the show. So I hope he comes and joins us for this one. And there he is, my guy. Yeah, that's all you got to do is ask. Stacks, you ready, my guy? You give me a thumbs. Yeah, you're ready. All right, without further ado, guys, Jacob, you're going to meet someone. This guy's family right here, man. This guy's in the chat every single
I know Stacks, actually.
Oh,
yeah, I've been talking to Stacks for a while.
Heck yeah. Love to hear that. Without further ado, let's bring on my good pal, my good friend, Justin McKelvey, Stacks.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Stacks, my guy. Happy belated birthday. I know I've told you a million times. You're probably tired of me hearing it, but happy belated birthday to you, my guy. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. I know you're hungover. Do you have a shot ready? Because you know you gotta keep it going the next day, my guy.
Nah, I just brought one just for this. Like, I'm hurt bad though.
We got to do it, Stacks. You don't got to stay long. A couple minutes. I got to take a shot with my guy. Happy birthday to my guy, Stacks. Thanks for showing out as always, my guy. Appreciate you. Before you break this play down, what did you do yesterday, Stacks?
I went to Juneteenth with the family, then ended up at family's house, a little cookout.
Nice.
Drank way too much.
It happens. You deserve it.
Like, that's probably my last drink for a very long time.
Hey, that's good, man. That's good. If you can cut that shit out, I give it to you, my guy. I know you cut. Are you smoking still? Are you back to smoking?
Wait, no, I stopped cigarettes. I'm back to weed and edibles.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
No
Stop
cigarettes. Well, I smoked a pack yesterday because it's my birthday, but I'm off that. I'm
Good.
too old. I can't do both.
Love to hear that, my guy. Stacks,
Jacob,
I know.
what's up, though?
Bro,
Boom.
nothing. I'm just like, did you guys see the breaking news? I know it's a baseball show. Kevin Durant just got traded.
What? To where? I got
Kevin
mine.
Durant got traded he got traded to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, 5 second-round picks, and the number 10 pick this year.
Wait, what?
5
yeah.
second-round picks.
He went to the
second-round picks. He went to the Rockets for
for a long
Jalen
time.
Green, Dylan Brooks, the 10th overall pick in this year's draft, and 5 second-round picks.
He's not worth all
And
that.
he's like
all that for an old Kevin Durant.
he's not. Well, dude, I mean, this sounds like the Anthony Davis kind of thing where like he's old. Like,
This is all like, dude, this guy's like 36. Like, he hasn't
I'm
gotten
about to say, like, ain't he 40?
years.
that's what I'm saying. He's got like 5 years left in his career, and now they get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks,
They
the
let go
10th
their
pick.
best
They get a bunch of
defender,
young guys.
Brooks,
I
and
mean, he just wanted to play in Texas.
Dude, they got the
anyway,
number
so.
10 pick this year. Like that.
Yeah, that
that's
guy was
all.
a
That's
Longhorn.
automatically.
that's great, Jacob. Appreciate you for updating us.
It's a horrible trade.
I saw someone in the chat drop that. Someone in the chat dropped that, and I had to go on my phone. I got the alert.
Wow, that's huge, guys. We'll
That
probably
is huge.
touch on that at the end here because we have
Wager
at the end of the
detective.
show, we
Rockets got robbed.
He did. Yeah,
He did.
did. I agree. I think Kevin Durant is washed up. I think that he's still a lethal shooter. Don't get me wrong. He can create his own shot, but that's all he can do out there. It's a one-man show every time he plays.
Kong's clips goes. Phoenix just got a lot better. Yeah,
You
clearly.
only make that trade for Houston if you think it's going to get you a championship, and that's not.
And it's
Yeah,
not.
like, you got to win like
Him
this
and
year.
Freddie
Like, that's not.
And you know what I mean? Like, what? Freddie VanVleet's old too. I mean, yeah, we'll get to that at the end of the show.
All
Guys,
right, you are on a baseball show. Well, yeah, that's
We're
later.
gonna
Wow.
talk. We're going to talk Game 7 tonight, guys. But with that being said, Stacks, take it away. Cleveland Guardians, Sacramento Athletics, JP Sears against Cinconi. What do you have in this?
I'm on the Athletics money line plus 105 when I posted it. My notes is upstairs. I didn't feel like going to get them, but I could be real brief. Guardians versus lefties. I'm not a huge JP Sears fan, but Guardians versus lefties, I'm always against that. Always.
I like it, man. I mean, Stacks, that's one of the games I have with the question mark next to. I want to see what the current line I'm getting at. It hasn't moved. I had the Guardians minus 118 and the Athletics plus 108 before the show started. It hasn't moved a cent towards either way.
Y'all know, I respect those who care about line movement. I'm not one of them, but I do look at it, and it's just weird that it hasn't moved all day.
At all. And I mean, the Cleveland Guardians, I mean, they were a couple of games away from a World Series last year. So against the Athletics, a team that's dying out right now, but still they got Wilson back at shortstop. Athletics have some young guys in there that want to win ball games. It's really the organization that doesn't want to win, it seems like. But I'm with you. I will be on the Athletics in some sort of fashion. I can get
good to hear. Spoon kicked my ass on my birthday. I appreciate that.
I tried to tell you all the things I thought about Giants? The game. We went 1-1 on the birthday picks. I'm sorry about Philly. That was disgusting to watch.
Oh, I was already on the Mets. I just didn't say nothing. I didn't take the Phillies pick.
All right, you got Texas then.
I did take the Rangers.
Let's go.
But I went public with you head up with the Red Sox and ate shit. So I ain't like. But I'm always when I'm against you for some reason, it's bad.
You don't want to be. I've learned something from being on the show every Sunday with Spoons. Is you don't want to be on the opposite side of it.
I might start buying out.
Yeah, my ROI is in the negative going one-on-one with Spoon on Sunday. So we do have a spot today where we're against each other. So not feeling too good.
What was that again?
The Rangers?
That spot is I'm on the Pirates.
Yeah, it's the Rangers Pirates game.
He's back on the Rangers, yeah.
It's against my religion to bet the Pirates, so.
I know, Stacks. Trust me, watching that lineup pit every single game it's
no Pirates, no Penguins, no Steelers.
I feel like a gut feeling in my stomach if I ever had to take the Pirates money line. I'm like, are they going to score more than two? Are they going to score more than? Are they going to score more than 2 runs today? I don't know.
I feel like they're going to win today though, but I'm not betting no Pirates.
All right, Stacks. So you have the Athletics official. Spoons, take it away. Cleveland Guardians, Sacramento Athletics.
I had the wrong game pulled up here.
You're good.
Guardians Athletics, 76 degrees outside, up to 81 during game time. 7-mile-an-hour winds blowing from left to right. This is at Sutter Field, which is a AAA park. This place plays pretty offensively, but it's kind of in the middle of the pack for where parks are modeled today over at Ballpark Pal, plus 11% home runs and plus 11% runs. And that's just because the center of America is just having so much nicer weather. I think this is a spot where the Athletics are live personally.
Yep.
This is an offense that has shown the ability to score some runs. If you look at the market, there is some respect from the sharps towards the over. There's 60% of the tickets on the under, but 55% of the cash on the over. And this line opened at a 10, moved down to a 9.5. 52% of the tickets on the Athletics, but the sharps are on Cleveland with 63% of the money. This is a spot where I think Sears is kind of the X factor. He's a guy that's not really had a great season at home, giving up 5 runs to Houston, 4 runs to Baltimore, 6 runs to the Angels. But this Cleveland team, their bats are 30th WRC plus the last 30 days versus left-handed pitching, the 28th WRC plus the last 30 days. I think this is a spot where JP Sears might be able to find a way to be effective. And Slade Ciccone on the other side is a pitcher I have some respect for, but if you look at his numbers versus lefties, he has a 1.5 whip versus them. So that what that means is he's either walking the really good ones or giving up hits to the lefties he doesn't respect. And I think there's some really big bats for the Athletics that hit from the left side. And then he just has a 4.5 whip versus the righties. I think he's going to have a hard time pitching today. You look at this guy, he's pitched in pitcher-friendly environments just about the entire season. San Francisco, his last game. His home park is one of the more, it's been really cold up in Cleveland most of the season, and it just generally plays hitter friendly. Then his other road start at Detroit. early in the season when it was nice and cold. I think this guy's going to have a hard time pitching today. It's not the environment he's been used to. I'm really close to an Athletics money line or an Athletics team total, but I haven't gotten there. Stacks, what you got?
You said me?
He's on the Athletics. For me, it would only. I was looking at it yesterday. For me, the only reason I didn't move on the Athletics was because of JP Sears, just because of like his numbers this season. I'm just like he's just not had that type of season. He's rocking that 7.85 ERA over his last 4 home starts. I mean, he made it 3 1/3 against Houston. Granted, Houston we know is one of the best hitting lineups versus lefties, but I mean. We know Cleveland versus lefties. Like Stacks already said it. It's pretty much a meme at this point. They had like 18 million games in a row. So left-handed starters versus Cleveland dating back to May 10th. 0 runs from Ranger Suarez, 0 from Abbott, 0 from Skubal, 1 from Kershaw, 1 from Rodon. Granted, now these are insane. The problem is these are insane left-handed pitchers. Max Fried, but then they saw Colton Gordon 1. Andrew Abbott, 0. They got to Lodolo and Ray. They went right back to their ways last game. Jeffrey Springs. Do you really consider Jeffrey Springs all that great of a pitcher? Over 7 innings.
JP the same.
That's what I'm saying. Over 7. He went 7 innings, gave up 3 hits. So for me, I like what Spoon said about Slade's had a lot of very favorable conditions for him pitching. And now you put him in this baby ballpark. I would probably lean more toward an Athletics team total, but yeah, I don't have any action on this game. I would probably move you're getting a great price on the Athletics for what I think is a lineup that can put up some runs today.
I was hoping this line moved to the favorite, but
yeah, like flip.
I didn't get what I wanted, but I still like it.
I think it's fine. I think usually it's kind of like basketball. You play the flip, like you usually play the flip. I think you're on the right side.
Yeah,
I love to hear that.
I like the Athletics with you, Stacks. I'm gonna be with you here. I'm gonna give it out, guys.
Be careful with that one. I don't think I've won in 2 weeks on this show.
I mean, Stacks, yeah, but
literally.
I know you as a capper. I mean, one day of the week doesn't really. I mean, guys, my record on the show isn't good. My record on the season's really good.
And it's crazy. Like all the other shows on Pub, I kill it. I come on here and get murdered.
I feel you, Stacks. No, Sundays have became my new Friday. I remember 2 years ago, I would be texting Jimmy the Bag, and I'd be like, dude, I don't know what it is. Every single Friday, I lose. I get hammered. Like, I lose every single bet I place. And as the years go on, you really realize there's some days out of the week that just don't go your way, and now it's kind of turned into Sunday. Friday's been more of a profitable day for me since I've been breaking baseball down with Jimmy in the Bag. There hasn't been a lot of shows I've lost. I don't think there's been a show I've lost on a Friday in over a month with Jimmy the Bag. But now Sundays has kind of quietly turned into that. But the way we're capping these games, the bounces are going to go in our way at certain times, especially the grind of an MLB season. They're going to go in our way sometimes, go against us in other ways.
See, I don't have no discipline because last week I told myself it was supposed to be the first week. I'm only going to bet 3 bets on Sunday. And I did that. And I lost all 3 of them. And I said, fuck it. If I'm going down the hill, I'm going down the ship. I'm not just going down with 3.
Yeah, no, I feel you, Stacks. Honestly, too, limiting yourself to a certain amount of plays a day. I've tried that too in the past, and it hasn't worked in my favor. You gotta take the spots that you like, and you gotta hope at the end of the year the bounces are gonna go in your direction, man. But Stacks, shout out to you, my guy. I know you've had a busy weekend, tiring weekend. Go relax, enjoy these ball games, man. Have a couple.
Thank you so much for getting on. Happy birthday again.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Stacks.
And always Stacks, pleasure to get you on here.
I'm going to give you a birthday play because we've cashed on the last 2 days. I've given
you you tune up. Like, damn, so I just waited till my birthday and bet on my birthday. Sheesh.
I'm going to give you another one right here, Stacks. I'm going to give you the Cubs Mariners over 11.5 minus 115. Made it official. I think there's going to be a lot of runs scored in that ball game. We were on that total yesterday, and we got there quite easily early on. So I think we can go right back to the well with that.
And I already bet it, so I love it. That's his birthday pick.
All right, let's go.
I got 11.5 this morning.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Stacks, my guy. Stacks, enjoy the rest of your day, my guy. Anything else you want to plug before you get out of here?
Not yet, but this week I will. I got working on a little something.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it, my friend. Stacks, play of the day. Give him a proper outro, Jose.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Let's go. Shout out to my guy Stacks play of the day, Justin McKelvey, man. Can't wait till we're all kicking in San Antonio here. Less than 6 months away, it seems like at this point now. So stoked for that. Let's move on to this next game, though, guys. A game that holds a lot of value to our producer, our guy on the ones and twos, one of the faces of Pub Sports Radio, Jose Bouquet. His Boston Red Sox and Lucas Giolito facing Robbie Ray and the San Francisco Giants here at Oracle Park in San Francisco, California. We've had a great series so far, guys. If you watched either of these games, you know that these games have been coming down to the wire. A lot of emotion in these ball games. A lot of fun too. Like as a fan, like to be at these games and stuff, like to go up there and root for Rafael Devers and then all the Red Sox fans watching on TV seeing this is just like, it's crazy. It's must-watch TV. This should have been Sunday Night Baseball, if we're being completely honest. I don't want to watch Phillies Mets today. I want to watch Red Sox Giants, which is crazy. But that's where I'm at right here. Spoon, take it away. I've been on the Red Sox in both of these games. Obviously, I got the plus money in the first game, so we're up slightly in this series. Should I go back to the Red Sox or should I go to the Giants here? What do you have in this game?
I don't have action in this game yet. Initially, I looked at this game and I was like, this is just Robbie Ray, Giants at home, Oracle, free money, all the Red Sox fans. And then I dug a little deeper. I'll just hit this from the market, how I was doing, I'll circle back. But the temperatures today are going to be in the 60s here at Oracle. Wind blowing out, but that doesn't really mean anything. You get the swirl effect with the water right there, and it kicks it back in. So when you see wind out at Oracle, it's like the exact opposite of what you think when you think Wrigley Field, wind blowing out. It's not really going to affect it that much, and that's reflected by the minus 23% home run factor that Ballpark Pal is putting on this field today, and that's minus 10% runs overall. So even with that wind, they don't expect to be very pitcher friendly. A lot of that's due to the temperature. If we look at the market in this game, we'll find 74% of the tickets on the under, 90% of the cash on the under, and the books are respecting that. This opened up at an 8. Granted, it was juiced to the under, but it's 7.5s across the board. On the side, we have San Francisco Giants and Robbie Ray getting 50% of the tickets and 55% of the cash, which is telling me that a lot of people respect the Red Sox, because if you're laying a Giants bet, you have to do it with a minus 160. And if these were really split evenly, you would see a lot more money on the Giants side. I think the Red Sox are really live here today. One thing you'll notice about Robbie Ray is he struggles a little bit more with lefties than he does righties. And if you look at these Red Sox bats, even without Devers, they still have some really good hitting lefties. And I think some of these young guys find a way to get to them. And so then you have the big X factor of Giolito on the other side. This is a guy, if we rewind a few years back, was highly respected, pitching for the White Sox. That rotation looked really good. Cease, Lance Lynn, Giolito. And that was years ago. And respect has been lost for Lucas Giolito, but I think he still has that ability. And if you look at his last 2 starts out, he hasn't given up an earned run, 3 hits in each game. This guy's really pitching well, and I think you're going to put him in a really pitcher-friendly park tonight. I think the Red Sox are very live. I think this is going to be one of those parlay pieces that trips people up in their attempt to get a baseball 3-leg parlay. And I'm close to the Red Sox money line. I was on the Giants yesterday. I haven't quite found the conviction at this moment to do it, but there's a lot of things that really point me to this. The Red Sox bullpen is a bullpen I haven't trusted, but if I look at the numbers, they don't really support me not trusting them. They have the 5th ERA in baseball in the last 30 days and the 7th in the last 14 days, 5th on the full season. And this is a Giants bullpen that is very good at its own right. Maybe I'm tripping over myself and we should just be on an under here, but I haven't made a bet. I think this is a very interesting game. I think the Red Sox are live.
I want to give a quick shout out to my guy Chill Will in the building. Thanks for showing out, Chill Will. He said, can't wait until the next Pubapalooza in San Antonio. Jacob, if you don't know, my guy, every single year we do a meetup at Pub Sports Radio in San Antonio, Texas. Every March, we have a great time doing it, man. I got to meet Chill Will and his son, Lil Domo. tell Lodomo to get in here too. I haven't seen Lodomo in the building yet today, but it's really to meet everyone in the chat, all these cappers on screen from Pub Sports Radio. It's really something different, guys. I was telling Spoons yesterday, seeing guys like Troy Torrance, seeing guys like Jimmy the Bag, Jose Bouquet, like you see Jose, all the work he's doing in San Antonio, guys, like it doesn't go unseen. Just seeing all these cappers work right in front of you, seeing them cap in different kind of ways. It's really something special. And I love these meetups every single year we do in San Antonio. I've gone the last 2 years, met a lot of good people along the way too. People that I talk to every single day that are really good friends to me. So you guys haven't been, be sure to check out Poapalooza next year in March in San Antonio, Texas, at Southtown 101, the best bar in Texas. I could vouch for that. And not just the best bar, the best people, I should say, in Texas as well. With that being said, this is a spot I'm on the under 7.5 Spoons. You touched on it. I think Lucas Giolito and Robbie Ray go out there, and it's going to be hard to touch either of these pitchers. Lucas Giolito, a guy I haven't had a lot of faith in over the years, but this season has really come back to life. He's made us some money in spots that we've taken, and we've gotten some really good numbers on him as well. I want to be on the Red Sox too in some sort of fashion here. I most likely will. If I do, I will tweet it out. But I'm on the under 7.5. I got -110. I think runs are going to come at a minimal today. We're not going to see a lot of runs scored. We're not going to see a lot of home runs. We're going to see a lot of singles and ground ball double plays as well. I feel like with these pitchers on the mound, especially Lucas Giolito. So I'm on the under 7.5 -110. I'm very close to moving on the Boston Red Sox. They've made me a ton of cash these last couple of weeks, it seems like. And as much as I don't think they're going to succeed at the end of the season, shout out to my guy Jose Bouquet as well. But I think that if you can get them in good spots, they're going to be profitable this season. But I'm on the under 7.5 -110. Jacob, take it away, my guy. Anything?
I'm on the under 4.5 in the first 5 at -130. I mean, we've now touched on it. Giolito, he's now the last 2 starts, 12 innings, 6 hits, no earned. The game before that was his one bad start. He gave up 7 runs at home against the Angels, who we know were like the hottest hitting road lineup in baseball at that time. Before that, one earned run, 0 earned runs. He's not pitching bad. Then we got this is where I would not be using the Giants as any sort of money line parlay piece. At home, second worst lineup in baseball in the last 14 days. Second worst lineup in baseball in the last 30 days. Giolito on the season, right now in the last 30 days, the Giants, 6th worst against the 4-seam fastball. He's throwing that nearly 50% of the time. I'm not going to touch on Robbie Ray. Again, Robbie Ray is Robbie Ray. He's an excellent pitcher. He should go out there, do his job, give you 2 earned runs and shove. I think the Red Sox are very live, especially considering the fact that, like we said, this is going to be low variance baseball. I see this game being 3-2 final score. I think runs are going to come at an absolute premium. So I'm definitely on that first 5. I'm definitely on either full game. I like the full game under too. The Red Sox lineup against bullpens is the worst lineup in baseball. So Giants bullpen should be able to hold it down when Robbie Ray comes out.
Is this an official play that you want to give out?
I'm on that first 5 under 4.5.
First 5 under 4.5. For sports science, Jacob. Appreciate you, my guy. Spoons, anything else you want to add before we get on to my Anaheim Angels against the Houston Astros?
No. If I do end up moving on that Red Sox, I'll have it tweeted out on X. Not something I'm real concrete about yet. This is, I think there's a lot of variables in this game that going to come more clear at game time. I'd like to see lineups and everything locked in.
And we've got a 1-1 game in Tampa between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Detroit Tigers. Haven't been able to watch this game at all. I mean,
go Rays.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go Rays, and let's go.
It is a low-scoring game right now, though. 1-1 through.
Let's go.
I think we had some people in the chat on that under. I'm pulling for you guys.
Remember, guys,
I'm pulling for you guys too.
I gave out the under 8.5 at -120 before it went to an 8, and I'm on the Rays. So if we can start the day off 2-0 on the show, I would love that, man. But I just want to win on the show. It's been, I think, the only week you guys know how transparent I am. I tweet out my record every single, I miss maybe 1 or 2 days a week just because of how busy I am. But I always tweet out my record, and I haven't had a winning show on walk-off wagers since week 1. I've had a couple even days, 2-2, 3-3, but I'll be down some juice on the unit. So haven't been doing the best on walk-off wagers, but I'm really looking to turn the page. We've got so much time to turn that around this season. So I might move on the Red Sox here in this game. But without further ado, let's move on. Let's go to Anaheim, California, guys. It's going to be a beautiful day out here in Anaheim. Houston Astros against the LA Angels. We got Ryan Gusto on the mound for the Houston Astros, sitting here at 4-3 against Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks, man, this guy's came back to life the last couple of weeks. It seems like Logan O'Hoppe went to Ron Washington last week and said, I want to catch Hendricks. I haven't caught him since the beginning of the year. I know you want to go with the veteran in Darno and Kyle Hendricks, but I want to catch him. He got the okay from Hendricks. Hendricks said, he wants to catch me? Let's do it. Goes out there, 6 shutout innings in the Bronx. What, he had 9 strikeouts? Like this is vintage Kyle Hendricks out there, blowing 87 by these guys, blowing up by Aaron Judge. It was crazy to watch. I really enjoyed it. I like that we got Kyle Hendricks this last offseason. He's from the Orange County area. He kind of grew up being an Angel fan, and he likes being back in Southern California, and this is a good spot for him, I think, against Houston Astros lineup that has, don't get me wrong, it seems like they make acquisitions every single year, getting guys out, bringing new guys in. What'd they do? They got rid of Bregman, replaced him with Isaac Paredes. They got rid of Carlos Correa a couple years ago. Now they got Pena out short, who's might go for a batting title this year, already has a World Series MVP. They get rid of Abreu. They replace him with Christian Walker, who has been, up and down this year. This isn't his year, but I mean, he's still a bopper in that order. And this Astros team is a good lineup, but I think Hendricks can go out there and pitch himself a good game against this Houston Astros team. We saw the Angels go out there and pile it on early in that game yesterday. It seemed like they were a little pissed off from the game before, where they had a couple of their batters got hit by pitches by their starting pitcher. Weren't really too happy about that. These two teams don't like each other. It's crazy to watch too, guys. Like, coming from an Angel fan, like seeing as many fans as there were last night on a Friday night, like it was really cool to see that there's some life back in that ballpark at some point. We're never going to see a completely sold out ballpark for quite some time, but the fans are definitely showing out for this one. I've been on the Angels both games in this series here. I'm going to be back on them here today. I'm on the Angels money line plus 105. I got some nice plus money on them this morning when I tweeted it out. I just want to give you guys a proper number at what I'm currently seeing at the book I place it at. Angels now minus 105, 10 cents of movement towards their direction. Love to see that towards Kyle Hendricks. I just want to double check if the Angels have, because it is 10 o'clock. Have the Angels posted their official lineup? I want to see if O'Hoppe is catching. Projected lineup. O'Hoppe is in the projected order to catch, so we'll see if he ends up going. If so, I like the Angels here. You got to get O'Hoppe more at bats here. This is one of the better offensive catchers in baseball. He hasn't gotten his at bats lately, but when he gets his at bats, man, this guy, he's good. He's a young talent. We got him from the Phillies a couple years ago, and this guy has been playing up to his potential. I like the Angels here, man. I think that they get it done here. They're going to take the series. This is a very important series. We saw Ron Washington go down on Friday. Some health concerns, I've touched on all season long. If you guys watch him walk out to the mound every single time, he's looking down. He's looking down because he's afraid to fall. When you become 73 years old and been around the game for this long, teaching these infielders how to field a ground ball, which he still was doing up until when he was taken out of the manager role, he's got a lot on his plate. And, I'm happy to see him watching, enjoying the game from the suite. We'll see if he ever comes back to manage this team. We have Ray Montgomery for now. Questions about him because he doesn't have a lot of coaching experience, not in baseball, but in general. I mean, he's been a bench coach for the Angels since 2022. That was his only job in baseball other than being the head scout for the Milwaukee Brewers. That's not coaching, though. That's something completely different, if you ask me. I'm on the Angels here, though. I think they take care of business here at home. The fans are going to be showing out for this game. I think they can hit Ryan Gusto. This might be a little bit of a homer play, you guys know, but I back the Angels quite often. Spoons knows I back the Angels quite often, but I just like the numbers we get on them in certain situations. I don't back them every game, but if you have backed them every game, you've won a good amount of cash because a lot of these games, they've been underdogs. I think they've been underdogs in over 50% of their games here this season. And whenever they are a favorite, it's a slight favorite. I'm on the Angels, though, plus 105. We'll see what happens here if they can take care of the series. Spoons, I know which side you're on, so I hate being heads up with you here, but I have to hear your cap on this game. What got you to the Astros in this spot against your guy, Kyle Hendricks?
Yeah. I'm just going to start from a neutral standpoint, and then I'll get into my bias and why I'm on that side. But the Angels Stadium today is plus 4% home runs, modeled by our friends at Ballpark Pals, 0% run differential. You might think that's weird with the wind blowing out and temperatures in the 70s, but this is LA. They use this model off the entire season, the games that are played in the coldest temperatures and the warmest temperatures at night and at day. And what they're telling you here is that temperature and the wind is not going to help. It needs to be warmer here for the runs to really accumulate. Like a lot of times you see the Angels at night too, for whatever reason, I always notice score more runs. The actual market in this game has 61% of the tickets on Houston and 72% of the cash on LA. It's probably mostly wine times, big old bets over there skewing this. And then we got 65% of the tickets on the under and 86% of the money on the under. This opened at a 9, and the books haven't hopped off that 9. I see a minus 125 opener, and this is really moved to a pick 'em. This is a spot where the books are not respecting Houston here. The market's not respecting Houston. I think they're looking at Kyle Hendricks in his last start versus the New York Yankees, and they're like, I remember Kyle Hendricks. This guy used to be a really, really good pitcher. And I got rookie cards, signed, autographed baseballs. Kyle Hendricks is one of my favorite pitchers of all time. Started Game 7 of the World Series for the Chicago Cubs. Yep. But the Yankees struggle with soft tossers. And if there's anything you can describe Kyle Hendricks is, it's an accurate soft tosser. He puts the ball exactly where he wants it. Yeah. If you hit the ball, he has an idea of where that ball you hit is going to go before you hit it. And that he's really good at putting it in places. I look at the other side of this, and you're talking about a catcher for Kyle Hendricks, and I see one of Kyle Hendricks' favorite catchers of all time in the lineup for Houston, Victor Caratini. He got him in Chicago. And he knows how Kyle Hendricks pitches because Kyle Hendricks, they call him the professor. He's so intricate, like so consistent. Every young pitcher that ever gets to come up with Kyle Hendricks learns so much from this guy, the way he operates. And all the catchers do too. And I think he can pass that information along to this Houston lineup. And so then the X factor in this game is not, can Houston get to Kyle Hendricks for me? Because Kyle Hendricks is in the downfall of his career. I think with a little bit of inside info, Houston's bats that are already number 2 in baseball in the last 30 days in WRC plus will have no problem hitting him. It's Ryan Gusto. And who's this guy? He's a guy that really struggles with left-handed bats. And the left-handed bats in this Angels lineup leave a lot to be desired. They went out of their way and they added Lamont Wade Jr. and he's in the lineup now. He's going to be hitting towards the bottom. It's not official at this point, but I just assume with Gusto's issues with lefties, they will try to work him in the lineup today. Outside of that, you only have Nolan Shanuel, who is a left-handed bat. You might have a switch hitter in the lineup in Renfigo, but he hits better from the right-hand side. And I just think this is a lineup that Gusto can really pitch well against. I think the way the line is set for the total, that they respect his ability to pitch well. I see the market moving against me. It doesn't give me that much of an issue. This Astros bullpen is number 3 overall in baseball in ERA and XFIP, the 2 stats that I give it the most weight. That's on the full season and the last 15 days. I really think this is a spot where the Astros present a lot of value. I'm on them on the money line. I like it a lot. I think people are not going to respect Gusto, and I think this is just a spot where he can perform well against a lineup lacking a lot of lefties.
Jacob, take it away, my guy. Do you have anything?
I'm not gonna add. I tailed Spoon earlier on this when I saw him post on X. Mainly, I was close to moving on Houston. I like what he said about that. I did not know about the Victor Caratini. I didn't even think about that. But my main thing was Spoon just brought up the lefty righty splits. Like I think Gusto is going to be out there and be fine. Like he has actually great numbers versus righties, and it's really the lefties that he significantly struggles with. And like Spoon said, you're not packing much lefties to be scared of or to be desired in the Angels lineup. I think Luis Rengifo might be a lefty, Lamont Wade Jr. I mean,
Shaunawell,
yeah. So Shaunawell is probably your biggest concern. Other than that, he should be out there and pitch fine. These are Angels bats that are still, I mean, the last 30 days, the second worst lineup in baseball. And like Spoon said, Houston is They've been hitting the ball well lately. And then lastly, I mean, this is small, but I had to fade Kyle Hendricks coming off the game of his life against the Yankees. Now
It's
coming
not the
back
game
to
of his
play.
life, game of the season.
Game of his season. Game of his life. Yeah, game of his
Spoon
season.
said,
Game of
"Hold
his
on
life.
there."
Game of his life is the World Series. But I mean,
Not a lot of guys get
this
to pick
season,
game 7 of the World
that was
Series with
obvious.
on the
I
line.
mean, literally, he had given up 3-4, 3-4, 4-2, and then decided to blank the Yankees. I'll happily think that he'll give up another 3 or 4 runs here.
I know my guy Spoons, though, if he does, let's just say if the Angels do win this, he'll be smiling somewhere. He won't be too bummed because
I'm just happy that at least one of us will win.
Yeah, right. He'll just be excited for Kyle Hendricks. But with that being said, we got a couple opposite sides here, guys. But let's move on. Kansas City Royals, San Diego Padres, a really interesting series so far in this one. I mean, it seemed like the Royals were live to win both games. It's 1-1 in the series right now. We're currently sitting at a Royals. Wow. Royals now the favorite, sitting here at -110. Padres +100 with a total of 8.5. -110 both ways. We got Randy Vasquez against Seth Lugo. This is a good matchup here, guys. I mean, something tells me here something's fishy here because I before this we got on live, there's no way the Royals were the favorite. They had to have been dogs in this spot, Spoons. I didn't move on this, but Spoons,
One time before we get too deep in this game, we actually have somebody on deck, and I think he's really ready to go. I think a lot of people in the chat.
Oh, no, he's actually coming on for the last game. Unless you want us to bring you on now, my guy.
I know he sent me a message. I think he's ready to go.
Right, yeah, let's go.
Bring him up. Without further ado, our guy Dutch Boy Fresh. He's going to give you his best look in the NBA. Obviously, a huge game going on, so I don't want to make him have to hang out here and listen to some baseball chat because I know he is locked in on this NBA game.
Go. All right, guys, without further ado, let's bring on my guy. One of the people that really got me onto Pub Sports Radio. I remember watching this guy cap NBA on the NBA show every single day, Monday through Friday. Remember this guy went on like a 12-0 run at some point on his 2-unit plays, and I was following him every single time. Look up to this guy in a lot of different ways. Let's bring on our next guest. He's making his walk-off wagers debut. Not talking baseball, talking basketball. Got game 7 tonight, guys. Let's bring on my guy, Dutch Boy Fresh. Dutch Boy Fresh in the building, my guy. Happy Sunday, my friend. How are you?
Hey, salute, my man. Good to see you. Good to see Spoon. He dipped out for a minute, but it's nice to see the fellas. Appreciate the intro too. I didn't know you was gonna have that on deck, but it's only right. Big shout out to my guy Chill Will in the building, Kelly McKinnis, Wager Detective. I see you got all the real ones holding us down in here. I actually just did a short on KD, and since I had the plane Spark and the Blazer, I said, why not slide through and see the homies real quick? I appreciate you stopping the show because I can't listen to too much baseball, but
I got you. Yeah, I'm just glad to have you on. Dabby Cab sent me a text earlier, and I was like, all right, we got a nice surprise to end the show off, but we got mid-show. My guy, Dutch Boy Fresh. Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder in OKC, Game 7. What do you have in this one, my guy? This is an interesting. This is what it's all about right here.
Absolutely. And, it's only right. And this MLB show, the wager talk or walk-off wager is a hell of a show, right? But the NBA is a hell of a thing. Hey, you're looking at the plug, man. So, I had to stop into Plus Sports Radio, with the home of the real ones right here with my boy Spoon Dog joining us. Good to see you, Spoony. Man, the number has moved quite a bit. The number has moved quite a bit since last night. And I see a lot of people I like to see in the chat. That's a good shit. Old E in the building, Nasty Nate. We got Matty Ice, 10th player of the day down there. Shit, absolutely. But yeah, man, I'm on the Indiana Pacers tonight. And I like this look an awful lot. I'll be the first to, I held on to my L a little bit in game 4. Sometimes we do that, but a good man and a good better will realize his mistakes. And I did. I held on to game 4. I thought I was going to go 3-0 in game 4. Ended up 0-3 by that fourth quarter there. So, it stuck with me a little bit. But at the end of the day, everyone knows I've been on the Indiana Pacers the entire time. I got the 8.5. You could get 7, or you could get 7.5. I got 7.5 as well, but you could get 7 right now. So right now for the show, we'll go 7. I did get the plus 240 as well on the money line. Half a unit on that, 2 units on the 7.5. But I do still think the 7 is lovely. All right. I mean, we need this, man. We need this right now. We need game 7. We need a close basketball game. A lot going on in this world. We don't got to get too much into that, but we need to vibe out. And we haven't had an NBA game 7 in a long motherfucking time. So it's only right that we have a competitive basketball game. And you know what, man? You know who they called in? You know who they called in? They called in Scotty motherfucking Foster. And you know what Rick Carlisle did after game 5? He went out there and vouched for Scotty. You know, he went out there and opened up the motherfucking front door for him, gave him the good old handshake and said, "You're my guy." And I think it's going to be repaid tonight. So for big money, take the points to the motherfucking window. It's good money. I do think the story will be complete tonight. Scooby motherfucking do. 1 wheel, 2 wheels, I don't give a fuck. Get out there and play some basketball. TJ McConnell playing out of his fucking mind. I mean, this guy's almost as popular as Sophia fucking Cunningham. You know what I mean? This dude's real big on Twitter right now, everywhere. I expect big things out of him to continue. And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the Thunder are young. What happens when you're young and you haven't been there anymore? This is the biggest moment they've ever had. Either anyone on that basketball court, this is the biggest moment for them. I think they're going to get a little freeze mode. And we know Rick Carlisle's been here. Rick Carlisle's pulled the biggest upset in NBA Finals history when the Dallas Mavericks beat the Miami Heat with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, the whole damn crew. I think it happens tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. Tequila money on the money line, plus 240, 220, I believe, is out there now. And this is what happened in game 6. The money line kept creeping down. We're seeing the same thing, Wine Time. We're seeing the same damn thing. Indiana Pacers, ladies and gentlemen, plus 7 right now live is good money. And I do like the money line. I think Siakam has a big game. What do they call him? The Thunder taper now after doing that crazy ass shit. Hey, the Thunder gonna get put to motherfucking sleep for a P tonight. Siakam gonna have a big game. I love his over 20.5, 21.5 is kind of fluctuating a little bit. But I'm eager to let me know a little bit briefly before I get up out of here. Wine Time, where you're at on this. But it's Indiana Pacers, man. It's Rick motherfucking Carlisle, Scooby-Doo, and the crew to the window.
I'm with you, Dutch. I've been on the Pacers in a couple games this series. I'm back on them again. I got the plus 7 minus 110. Haven't taken the money line quite yet, although I will sprinkle on it before game time. You touched on it. I like Rick Carlisle as a head coach here. He's been here. He's done this roster too. I mean, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, guys. This team has been here. OKC is still very young. Who has the best player on the court? It's SGA, okay. But guys, Spicy P. This guy's been here. He's won a championship already in Toronto. He's going to win another championship in another city, and he's most likely going to be the MVP if they do win. Shout out to Pascal Siakam, man. This guy is one of the most underrated players in basketball, and if they can get it done here tonight, man, I think that sets up really good for his legacy just in the future. I mean, 2 rings with 2 markets that aren't big by any means in Toronto and Indiana. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. He had Kawhi. But I mean, him and Hallie are the number 1 options right now over in Indy. I like Indy to win this game here. OKC definitely they're going to be here. You know what I mean? Again, one day with this team that they have.
That's
but
another thing. They're so young, bro. They're going to be around. Did you hear what Draymond said? If they don't win it today, they might not never be there. That's the stupidest comment I fucking heard. Maybe outside of T-Mac saying that shit about Kobe too. I know you didn't like that.
Yeah.
But come on, man. This team is going to be in the Western Conference Finals, if not the NBA Finals. I would say 5 out of the next 10 years. Easily.
Yeah.
They
have the team. They've got the cohesiveness too, and the coach. They've got a really good head coach over there. I mean, what was this? Was this guy the assistant on the Celtics to Udoka, I think, before he came over? If I'm not mistaken, I think he comes off that tree, but
he's got a bright future. Future. And especially after you lose, you come back even stronger. So, he'll have that hopefully in his favor tonight. Who's this young man down here? Sports.
Yo, by the way, I also cap basketball. I'm a huge freaking basketball fan. If you're gonna sprinkle the money line on the Pacers at, I think what are the odds right now? Like plus 210. You might as well just sprinkle. You might as well just take Siakam to get MVP at like plus 300 something. Because if they win, he's just going to be Finals MVP anyway. So that's probably a better way to go about. Probably a better way of go about taking the money line if you're going to back the Pacers. I would be taking the points with the Pacers. I mean, before this series, the Thunder hadn't covered 6 points on the road and or in a playoff game, like all playoffs. Like in their wins, they've played to all close games. It's game 7. Yeah. Congratulations that it's in OKC. Like, you don't think that they're young. All the what Dutch Boy said, all the guys are young. Like, they have no experience. You got Rick Carlisle as your head coach. Like, I mean, there's no better head coach to have in Game 7 right now with a bunch. And like all the momentum is going with the Pacers. Like all the upset. Everyone was going, oh, this series is going to be like 4-1. 4-1, 4-1. Then they went down 2-1. They were like, oh shit, like here we go. So I'd only be taking the points with the Pacers.
Spoons, you got anything in this game?
Absolutely not. I'm going to tell you guys on the board right now. I'm taking that +7 -110. I like.
I also think SGA over his points prop is probably fine too. I mean, you see in Game 7s, pretty much it becomes down to low variance where you pretty much see the star player take like 40 shots. So I think that would be good for the Pacers too. If they let SGA take 1 million shots, I think that's how they can win. Just let them. Just shut down J-Dub and everybody else and just let SGA do his thing. Like, you're not going to win, like, with one guy going completely off. I think there's a stat, too. I think every Game 7's also play to unders. So if you want to play the under in the game, I wouldn't mind that either.
I don't really like player props over points tonight, to be honest with you. Outside of Siakam.
I think unders are probably going to be a way to go. There's going to be a lot of nerves.
Can't really hate on Shea, but yeah, I think under's the play here, but I don't want to ruin my day fucking sitting on the under all motherfucking night, you know?
No one wants to sweat out an under in Game 7 either. It'll be less fun watching it.
I smoke enough weed. I have to double it up. on the motherfucking under. And but I definitely lean that way. I do want to say, check me out later on today. We are doing a special OG crew right at, I believe, let's go in like 30 minutes actually with Ski Bobano. And my guy Wham motherfucking Bam we're gonna break it down like a pound, get a little bit more detailed on this game. So check us out over there on Ski. And of course, tomorrow morning, the Sesh Medicaid Monday. You know, we seeing my guy Spoon in the chat, seeing Wine Time in the chat, and the whole crew. Dabby Cab, like to see Siakam over 2.5 threes. Of course, my co-host will be vibing out, doing our damn thing tomorrow, Medicaid Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern time on the East Coast. 9 a.m. right out here on the fresh side. Check it out. Appreciate you, Wine Time. Spoon, young man below with some, I like that spicy, I like that Siakam MVP look. That's sharp right there. So we got some sharpness, some more sharpness, another tool on PSR. I appreciate it. And big shout out to everyone in the chat. My guy Lex Steele, Voodoo Ranger, Jermaine. I see you, my dude. Hey, it was a pleasure being on Walk Off Wager, Wine Time. Spoon. Y'all stay up, my man.
Thank you, man.
Shout out to my guy Dutch Boy Fresh, man. That was awesome having him on here on Walk Off Wagers, making his debut in a little bit different of a way, giving out a basketball play, guys. So I think he's going to end the season here 1-0. I like where he's going on that look. And be sure to check out him on the Ski Profit YouTube channel. They're going to be going live here, like he said, in about 32 minutes, breaking down the entire game. And they're going to give you guys more looks. So definitely go check them out there. Shout out to him for stopping by. Without further ado, let's do our next game here. Jose, if you could bring that layout back. Let's see what game.
Actually, Jose just asked if we could run the ponies for our giveaway. I think we're going to go ahead and do that before we do anything else. So everybody in the chat that has been around the whole time, thank you so much. And this is all at you.
Yo, I see my horse.
Jose, can you get on here and call this?
Howdy, gentlemen. It's nice to see you all.
All right, here we go.
Let's race these ponies, gentlemen. It's nice to see everyone in the chat bright and early on a Sunday morning, especially for Wine Time Sports, because he wakes up at the fucking butt crack of dawn here. Mark A. Gerald Jones are in the mix here. Deshaun G. Nathan Serna and a Macintosh. Don't know the first name in there. Macintosh in there as well. Cheyenne Macintosh.
Yo, sports scientist. Yo, he's pulling up.
Is in there as well. We have 30 seconds left here. Everyone knows that watches these races. They're all about late pace, gentlemen. Boss 707 in the mix there. Michael Madden, Mark A.
coming up.
You got
Jacob dying in the back there. Eric Holcomb in the lead. Who's going to come out on top here? We've got Nutflush 16 in the bottom there. Who's coming out up top? 6 seconds left. Really, Android
Nutflush
in there. 2 seconds. Who's coming out on top?
Big Show.
Big Show picks. Shout out to Big Show
I've
picks.
never been on Pub Sports Radio. This shit's hilarious.
Oh, man. Shout out to
Anybody
Big
that has not been on
That
Pub
is-
Sports
Guys,
Radio,
that is our
it-
first.
Yeah,
winner.
seriously. There's got to be a lot of new people. Look how many horses are in this damn
We
race.
got 160 likes, guys. So we're gonna do one more giveaway, but I'm gonna give that first $25 giveaway to my friend Big Show. Shout out to him. He's been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes here at Pub Sports Radio as well with my guy Jose Bouquet. So I'm glad he got to win. Jermaine said it's rigged. That is definitely not rigged. But
Yeah, it's definitely rigged, right, guys?
One-
Sports Science
we
Jacob
want to
didn't
do
win.
one more race, guys, because we beat our all-time likes. We're at over 160 likes, guys. It's been a while since I've seen this. So let's get to it. Jose, on your count. Let's go here. Race number 2 for another $25. Who's going to get it? Let's go now.
Let's race again. And by the way, D Acker saying can't find his horse here. D, let's put you in there. Even if you might not be in there, D, but let's put you in there one more time.
Watch his horse win when he gets added in right
There you
now.
go. D Acker, you are now in this race and ready to go, D. So we're starting again here. 58 seconds on the clock here, and these horses are moving again here. Christopher Tatum, again, nut flush 16. He was close to the money last time. He tasted it. He wants another bite of the apple here. Leonard Porsche up there as well. But again, gentlemen, as you just saw, this is all about that sweet, sweet late pace here. Gorky up there as well. Andre Sancho Jermaine trying to fight Spencer Hicks up there as well. We've got 25 seconds left. Who wants the glory? Is glory going to be had here today? There goes Gorky's horse going all the way to the back. King Al is going up to the top. Spencer Hicks trying to battle him here. 10 seconds left. Who wants this?
It's gonna be Tatum.
Christopher Tatum.
6 seconds.
It's gonna be
Christopher
Tatum.
Can he catch him? King
Oh my
Al.
God, Tatum.
Look
Tatum, Captain
at him.
Tatum.
Look at him go. It is J-Dub.
J-Dub.
Tatum from the middle of nowhere.
Shout out to J-Dub. J-Dub,
Yeah, I
I
got
know
wrecked.
I know you have me on Twitter. Make sure to send me a message on Twitter. Give me your Venmo handle or whatever it is that you have, and I will send you over $25, my guy. Prefer Venmo, but whatever you got, I'll send it over to you. But make sure to send me a message on Twitter. I already know my guy Big Shaw. I'll send him a text message after this if he's not watching.
Dude, that was lit.
But shout out to J-Dub, man. That's a good time. See, guys, we got to have some fun with
Dude,
this.
that was lit.
Yeah, we're giving away $50, guys. We're almost at 200 likes as well. I mean, we're like 35 likes away, guys. So get us there. Come on. We've got a couple games still to talk about. But shout out to my guy and the guy on the ones and twos, Jose Bouquet. Spoons, anything you want to say?
So with the new names in the chat, if you don't know, if you become a Pub Sports Gold member, it's $10 a month. You get entered into 2 to 3 of these races a week. Off the top of my head, I'm not positive, but it's $50 giveaway every time. You get some of these special ones like Wine Time's doing right here today. But as a gold member, you'll get this every week opportunity to get your money back and then some. And like you see, it's pretty fun. A little bit degenerate, sweating out horses. We race camels, ponies. Jose doesn't just stick to horses.
We're horse agnostic. Yeah. Like, we don't discriminate.
All right. Well, shout out to you guys. It's crazy. We still have 3 games to talk about. We have 164 likes, guys. This is the number 1 show we have had on Pub Sports Radio presented, or number 1 show by Walk-Off Wagers presented by Pub Sports Radio. We have had over 600 people in the building here at one time. So shout out to you guys. I think we're going to break every single barrier on this show that we've had so far. Shout out to our Jacob. I feel like Jacob has brought in a lot of new audience as well over with him. I've seen a couple. Saw someone in there with your last name as well. So shout out to them for coming in and showing support. It's cool when your friends show support, but when your family shows support, that's even cooler, man. And shout out to Red Beard. This is his 2nd gifted membership. Shout out to you, my friend. Look at where we're at here on this bottle, guys.
I know my dad popped in here. Shout out my dad. He'd be betting every day.
That might have been your pops then. Shout out to him. But
yeah, I'm trying to get him to become a sharper better. You know, not just make like money line parlays.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Don't be doing that in baseball.
No, that's what I tell you, bro. Like, people be taking the Diamondbacks today. Like, I'm gonna see like 1 ticket on freaking Rockies are live. That's all I'm saying.
And
I
shout
see
out to my
people
guy.
kill that method in football. It is a completely different market in sport. It's don't be doing that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy Nuke Worker. He said we should race turtles and my horse might win. Shout out to you, Nuke. I've been meaning to reach out to you actually, Nuke. Anytime, I know you're busy on Sundays. Anytime you want to come on and give out a play for MLB, I would love to have you. My guy's freaking Nuke worker. I've hung out with him the last 2 years in San Antonio. That guy is a blast, man.
Is he like a you know how my name is related to what I do? Is he like a
Yeah, he worked for a nuke plant.
Yeah, that's what I figured based on the name. It's pretty cool.
Great dude, man. Retired. He's just bet sports and he watches the channel. Goes live sometimes with some of the guys. So shout out to him. He's one of my favorite people out there, not just on the channel, but just in general to kick it with. And we're like, I don't know how long apart, but it seems like we've got so much in common. I love kicking it with Nuke Worker. So shout out to him. Let's move on to this next game here, though. We have, shout out to my guy Saturated as well. Katie, the Rock. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. And shout out to Chill Will. He said, what was that new bottle when you started the show? Yeah, it was pretty high, but I've made a couple of drinks along the way. So this is the longest show, guys. We're going on 2.5, 3 hours now, but we're getting more in here. Yeah, it's been a great time, guys. So let's move on to this next game. Kansas City Royals, San Diego Padres. We have 3 games left on the board to get to 200 likes for another giveaway. And shout out to Big Show. He said the champ is here. The champ is here. Send me your Venmo, Big Show, whenever you get a chance, and I will send it over to you right away, my friend. Royals sitting at a -110 now. They're the favorite in this game, guys, which is crazy to see. I have nothing in this ball game personally. I didn't bet this series at all. I wanted to be on the Royals in both games at plus money, and now they're the favorite here, which makes me think that the Kansas City Royals are the spot here. Not enough correlates for me unless you guys can talk me into this one. Spoons, take it away. Give me the weather report in this one and the market breakdown.
Yeah, I'll start here with the market. Obviously, the switch of favorites is always a big red flag in my book. You have 66% of the tickets on the Kansas City Royals and 70% of the cash on the Royals. You have 77% of the tickets on the under and 52% of the cash on the over. This line opened at an 8.5, and you see 8.5 still around the board. But this line is flipped from the pick'em that it once was. The Royals, obviously, like you're saying, are the favorite now. I look at Randy Vasquez, and this is a guy that struggles with left-handed hitters. You don't have a ton of left-handed hitters for the Royals, but obviously the young rookie is hitting the ball very well. And I'm not sure if I can really get there with the Royals today. I don't know if I agree with them being the favorite. I had a lean to the Padres, to be honest. The weather in this game at Petco Park, we have 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to feel like high 60s and wind blowing out to right. This is a park that you're never going to have a rain delay, any rain effect in. So it's going to be a nice day there. Not necessarily too hitter friendly, as the model at Ballpark Pal tells us. 1% plus home runs and -7% runs overall. With a pitcher like Lugo on the mound, I expect the Royals to be a heavier favorite. And I think the pick'em there is kind of telling that Vasquez is going to pitch pretty well. I think there's a Padres spot, in my opinion. I think our friend over at the Sauce Network, Toast, might be at Petco Park today. I think he's been there the last months. So shout out Toast if you're there. Hopefully you get another win. But I'm off this game as of right now.
Yeah, and I see my guy in the chat, Nunya, said, what's gravy, gang? Anyone betting on LSU? I am. Oh, man. I told Spoons to take Coastal Carolina yesterday. To see the 1 run scored in the first inning and not another run scored in the later innings made me question, why was I not on a low total in college baseball at 8.5 juice to the under? It made no sense why I wasn't on that play. With that being said here, Coastal Carolina -110. We have a total of under 7.5. You don't see these totals in college baseball. I'm on Coastal Carolina again, guys. There's no surprise who I'm on in this series. I think this Coastal Carolina manager is going to get the best job in college baseball next year. Besides at LSU, he's going to get a big time offer, and it's going to start today. I don't know if they win this series, but I'm betting Coastal Carolina today, and I'm also most likely going to take the under. I'm already on Coastal -110 though. A little off topic just because I have nothing in this game. Jacob, do you have anything in the Royals and Padres?
I do. I mean, it really just comes down to a system play for me. It's something that's kind of like one of those bets where like you kind of look at the day, you see what pitchers do I got on the mound, and is this going to be a decent bet? I like the first 5 under anytime I get the Royals and a team that's subpar on offense here. I mean, I disagree with the Royals also being favorites. Kind of like Spoon said, the real question, Toast always talks about this. He's the guy at Petco Park. Randy Vasquez, if you ask, does the lineup he faced have a lot of lefties? If not, he should be in for a good game. I mean, I think Vinny Pasquantino and there might be like one other lefty in the Royals lineup that you need to be worried about. And he has a 3.74 WOBA versus lefties, but a 2.75 WOBA versus righty. So he should go out there and manage to be fine. I mean, Randy Vasquez, he gave up 3 runs to the Dodgers. That's a much more potent offense than the Royals. He's gotten 1 run then against the Dodgers before that at home. 0 runs against Milwaukee. He had a bad start versus Pitt. He gave up 2 runs versus Toronto. So he should be able to hold down this terrible, I would just say, bad Royals offense. They've been hitting the ball well lately, though. Is the one thing they have been hitting on the road. Maybe that's why we see that they flipped over to the favorites, because they are the 5th best lineup in the last 14 days on the road. But I also like Seth Lugo on the other side. He has great numbers versus righties as well. He's given up 1, 0, 2 runs in his last 3 starts. And I think Spoon touched on the ballpark. It's what I like about this with the first 5 under is really this ballpark. It's just a pitcher-friendly ballpark. We shouldn't be seeing any sort of thing like the Yankees or the Phillies games where there's a lot of home runs. Both pitchers should be able to keep this ball inside the ballpark. And through 5 innings, I like the fact that I can also get a 5 with push potential. I'll happily push if it ends on 5, but I can see this being like a 3-1 game.
I like it. Shout out to Jacob for that. This is gonna be a pass for me, guys. I want nothing to do with this game. I have nothing in the rest of the card, but these last 2 games, I don't know if there's gonna be something I move on in the Dodgers game, but I've got to move on something in this Mets Phillies game. But let's move on. Washington Nationals. You guys see the jersey here. Against the LA Dodgers, the city that I live outside of. Dodgers been playing some good baseball as of late. I talk about it with Jimmy all the time. This is a team you never want to back first 5, but you want to back a full game. Just with their batting order, you never know what these guys can do at any point in a ball game. Dodgers currently sitting though minus 235, Nationals plus 205 on the money line. Nationals getting a run and a half at plus 110. I think that tells us everything we need to know here. I know Shohei's pitching tonight. I don't know how many pitches Shohei's going to throw. I didn't do enough research into that to see. I know he only threw 1 inning last game, and he didn't look good. And you guys know from an Angel fan, Shohei Ohtani, he's got good stuff. I mean, bottom line, though, this guy's good for 5 innings, and that's it. If you look at his career numbers, after the 5th inning, his numbers go tremendously down. Kind of the Angels kind of kept him away from the later innings. You'd see him throw a lot of which got him the MVP, throw 5 innings of 1 earned run baseball. If this guy sees a batting order 2 or 3 times around, he's in big trouble, especially against the lefties that the Nationals have in that order, the young boppers that they have in this batting order. This Washington Nationals team, this team's in good shape. I don't care that they're 13 games under 500. They're not going to do anything this year. I get it. In the future, the next 5 years, this team is going to make a postseason run and make a pretty good damn run, if I don't say so myself. They have a really good manager. The guy's been there and done it already. They got so much talent from that Juan Soto trade.
I was about to say that, yeah.
CJ Abrams, James Wood.
It looks like robbery after the.
It is. James Wood is going to be a guy that's going to hit 300 to 500 career home runs. And I know it's early to say that, but this guy is going to be a big time ball player for a long time. And CJ Abrams, he's going to do his thing out there as well. And I like Mackenzie Gore. It's just crazy the haul they got for Juan Soto for 1 year. But they're in good shape. But with that being said, I can't back the Nationals here. This just doesn't seem like a national spot. I've backed them in certain times this year, and this just doesn't seem it. I know we're getting over a plus 200, but it almost seems too good to be true because I don't think the Dodgers are that much better than the Nationals. But the books, obviously, I don't know if they're just giving Ohtani a ton of respect. Ohtani has good stuff. Don't get me wrong, guys, but I've seen it firsthand, man. This guy's good for 5 innings. After that 5th inning, when he sees a batting order 2 or 3 times around, this guy's in trouble. I can tell you that right now, especially he's not going to be throwing even close to 85 pitches today. I'm going to guess he goes 2 or 3 innings out there, and it's a bullpen day. Nothing correlates for me in this game. I can't take anything. The only thing I could take would be the Dodgers on the run line, and I just can't do it here against this batting order, against the Nationals, all these lefties here. I just don't know how far Ohtani's going to go. It's going to be a pass for me. Spoons, take it away.
Yeah, so Otani's not really worked up. He hasn't thrown more than like 43 pitches in any capacity this year, and that was against just an entire simulated game, so no real batters or anything like that. I would expect an absolute max of 3 innings and 40 pitches. This is an arm that the Dodgers are very heavy leveraged in. They don't want to waste it here. They're just trying to get the ticket holders their money's worth. They see Ohtani on the mound and everybody gets excited. You pay a tax for it on the Dodgers money line and you pay a tax for it at the ticket booth. So they just really want to get Ohtani back doing what everybody loves about Ohtani, being the modern day Babe Ruth. And with that, you get a lot of value with them. I don't know if I could necessarily get to the other side of this game with the Washington Nationals. This is a lineup that can come to hit pretty well some days, but I just think the Dodgers, I was looking at the manager's quotes. It looks like Kasperius is going to be the guy that backs him up. This is a really good pitcher, and the Dodgers bullpen is ready to handle some innings today. So I expect the Dodgers to probably take care of business today. It looks like the Sharps have moved the line a little bit towards the Nationals. I don't think I'd put my money with those Sharps today, but that's just kind of my opinion on it. The actual market in this game has 85% of the tickets on the Dodgers and 89% of the cash, 56% of the money on the under, and 77% of the tickets on the over. Ohtani's first start back, I took that over. I thought it was a silly number, just being brought down by a pitcher that wasn't going to pitch more than an inning, and had a real strong feeling with it, but not here today. So I'm off this game. Anybody else has a take, please go ahead.
I guess I got one.
He got a take.
Let's go, Dabby Cab.
Not the best producer, guys. I'm back here for you guys, but I definitely wasn't trying to put myself on stage just then.
You're
but
good.
I do have a bet in it.
Hang out. Yeah.
Give
out your play.
All right, look. I'll say the bet and then I'll explain it. Ohtani over 1.5 total bases and Dodgers to win. You're going to get like plus 125 for it. Shop around, obviously. The reason I bet this is because going back to the Angels, I took Ohtani base props when he was on the mound, and I cannot tell you how many fucking times he won the bet for me because he only gave up 1-run pitching, and then he had a 2-run double or a 3-run homer. I'm not kidding. All of the runs were always on his back. They were always on Ohtani's back. And you saw the trend continue, right? He has one start back since 2023 was the last time he pitched. He has one start back. I know it was only 1 inning, but in that game, he hit his total base prop. So the trend is continuing. It goes back to his days of feeling like if he doesn't score runs for himself, he won't win the game, because that's what it was with the Angels. No offense, wine time.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. So Ohtani over 1.5 total bases, and then you take the Dodgers money line, you're going to get a plus 126. Shop around for it. Like I said, thank you guys. I did not mean to bring myself on stage. I love you guys. I'll be backstage clicking for it, though. Let's get paid.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my guy, Dabby motherfucking Cab right there, my brother.
A Dabby right there. Like, the reason I'm going to I passed in this game completely. It seemed kind of too good to be true when I was getting the Nationals plus 2.5 last night at minus 120, and they were absolutely smashing the Dodgers. And you have Ohtani, who's barely pitched this season, and then the Dodgers bullpen's going to come in. But the big X factor for me was Soroka versus left-handed batters, where we come in with the Ohtani 1.5 bases. This dude's got a 390 WOBA. If the Dodgers are going to be packing a bunch of hard-hitting lefties again, they just got smashed by the Nationals. His last 2 starts, Soroka has given up 4 earned runs in 5 innings to the Mets. He gave up 3 earned in 6 innings versus Colorado. Soroka used to be a guy that was a very low walk guy, too. He's had walk issues. I wouldn't be surprised if he walks 3 Dodgers tonight. He walked 3 Mets in his 2 starts ago. He walked two of the Rockies, and the Rockies are not a team that typically walks. So, I completely passed in this game. I did parlay Ohtani in a hitter in the next game to get a hit, because I think Ohtani is probably a lock for 2 bases tonight, too.
Yeah, let's move on to the next game, guys. But before that, I want to give a quick shout out to my guy, Brian Shefasi, giving a $2 donation. Shout out to you, my guy. New subscriber in there, I believe. And then shout out also to my guy, Wager Detective, $10 dono. Shout out to you, Wager Detective. Anytime you want to come on, wager, you're always welcomed on here. I think you know sports really well, and anytime you want to come on here and give out a play in these coming weeks, you let me know. And same with you, Brian. New name in the chat. Appreciate you as always for giving a donation. I got to take a quick little shoddy for you guys. I mean, that's probably why you gave the dono. We're at like $35 donations. We're at 175 likes, guys. I don't remember the last time I saw a stream that got 175 likes with PSR. So shout out to you guys. This means a ton to the channel, not just us, but to the channel. That's the biggest thing, guys. We want to support this channel, do big things with it. Justin McKelvey, 3-1 Tigers. Ooh, damn. But shout out to you guys. And we are going to move on to Sunday night baseball. New York Mets, Philadelphia Phillies. We've got Jesus Luzardo on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies against, let's see here, David Peterson, a lefty from the New York Mets. Interesting series here. I mean, these two teams don't like each other. They have the same exact record right now. If you ask me who the better team is, I'm going to tell you the Phillies. The Phillies are the better team. They have the better roster, and I think they have the better rotation. If you ask me, at the end of the season, this team will have more wins. This is a coin toss game, though, for me, guys, and a move that I don't know what to take in this. If I move on anything in this game, it's going to be tailing either of you two or anyone in the chat. This is going to be a pass for me in this game. Spoons, this is our last game on the board. Give us a breakdown on this game, and let's finish this stream off strong.
Yeah, so we're talking about New York Mets versus Philadelphia Phillies. This is the Sunday night baseball stream, the best game of the week they try to put on right here. And I think they're doing the public a favor. Ballpark Pal has this modeled at plus 53% home runs, plus 23% runs overall. This is the spot where all the bettors that love those home run props, all the hitter props, really are going to be looking to get paid today. And I am as well. I don't have a full unit on this. I never put a full unit on home run bets, but I have Kyle Schwarber home run today. A lot of times you don't necessarily look for a home run prop off David Peterson versus a lefty because he's got a 2.34 xFIP. But the thing about him is he's a lefty, and they don't necessarily put a lot of lefties out there. And Kyle Schwarber absolutely hits everybody. If Kyle Schwarber gets a pop-up today, it's going to be a home run. I'm looking at the odds right now. I think I took a juice bonus at one of the books and got it at plus 500. So it
did you get the DraftKings boost, I think?
So I think DK and MGM both have it today, and I have DK's plus 200 on it right now. I think this is the game. If you don't want to go to Kyle Schwarber, I think there's so many options. The is very conducive of home runs today. As far as the market goes, I will touch on it. We have 56% of the tickets on the New York Mets and 68% of the cash. We have 53% of the tickets on the under and 86% of the cash on the over. This line opened at a 9, and it was juiced to the over. And you'll see everybody, it's come down, and that's with all that money on the over. That's with these giant modeled extra runs. So maybe the market knows something that we don't, but that Kyle Schwarber home run is my only bet in this game. I looked at this from a side perspective, and I really got there with the Phillies. Jesus Luzardo is kind of an X factor right now, though. He's a guy that was tagged for clearly tipping his pitches just a few starts ago. Milwaukee and Toronto absolutely destroyed this guy. He gave up 20 earned runs in less than 6 innings pitched. I'm not quite ready to say he's fixed it. He gave up 4 earned runs to Miami in his last start out. I think he can pitch well here today. This is one of those rivalry matchups where I feel like the fans care more about this game than the Mets do, but there's a lot of big bats in that Mets lineup. You look at a guy in Lindor. I think the last 20 games this guy's hit a home run, the Mets have won. So if Lindor can just hit a home run, maybe that's all it takes for them. So I didn't get there, but Kyle Schwarber is one of my favorite bats I've ever seen swing. And you hit him in a hitter environment like this, and you fish me a 300, I will absolutely take it.
I like it. Spoons, Kyle Schwarber, a home run. Was it plus 300?
Plus 300, and go out there. There's 2 books today offering plus 200 profit boosts on public spots. Shout out J Pump in the chat.
Shout out to Gorky. He said, "Great show, fellas. Congrats." Yeah, it means a ton, man. This has got to be the best show that we've came out with, not just on Sundays, but maybe one of the best shows we've had this year, according to numbers. I can't wait to see where we end up finishing today, Spoons. Last week, your goal was 1,000 views. My goal was 150 likes. We got the 1,000 views. We got 160 likes. This week, we've currently had 636 different people viewing us just in the stream. This isn't the playback. And we currently are sitting at, I believe, 176 likes, which is absolutely phenomenal. I appreciate everyone in the chat. Appreciate everyone on screen that showed out. This is the longest show. We're going on 3 hours now, guys, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We want to give you guys the best information we can. Brought you guys some really good cappers, and we brought you some NBA plays. So with that being said, we're going to go right into the recap here. I'm going to recap my plays, and then we're going to go to Spoons and my guy Jacob. And then my guy Jacob is going to plug his Twitter, and Spoons will do the same thing. My official plays for today, the Rays money line -110. They're currently down 3-1 right now in the 7th inning. I'm also on the under 8.5 -120. I am also on the Pirates money line -105. I'm on the Angels money line +105. San Francisco Giants, Boston Red Sox under 7.5 -110. And I'm also on the Cubs Mariners over 11.5 -115. And I haven't moved on it, but I said I was going to move on it, so I need to. In the Athletics money line +110. I'm going to end up staying away from the Brewers and Reds, I think, today. Those are going to be the two spots I stay away from. But as always, you guys can find my action on Twitter. Keep that stuff updated usually every single day. I know it's usually Saturday through Monday. I get a little off. I get a little behind just because I've got so much going on over here, but try my best to do that. So give us support over there. Follow me on Twitter, Wine Time Sports. Spoons, break down your action and let the people know where they can find you.
Yeah, I got those 6 bets. I got Rays money line -113. Hopefully they can come back here. We got Rangers money line -102, Brewers money line +120, Reds money line -110, Astros money line -115, and I got the Schwarber bomb at +500. You can get it +300 any book. Generally, when they have those boosts, they lower all the odds, kind of like a grocery store with a sale. So you can probably find a +350 if you go somewhere. And I'm excited about the card today. Obviously, I was hoping the Rays would have a better start to the game, but thank anybody that's stopping in for the first time and anybody that's giving us your time today. Really appreciate it. Tried to put in some work for you. Big shout out to you, sports scientist Jacob. Thanks for popping in for the first time.
This was fun. Thanks for having me on.
You can find all my picks every day at Spoons Bets on X. Tonight I'll be on Kyle Kerm's live stream over at the Sauce. I do that 2 nights a week and generally hopping in with a lot of his stuff as well. So have everybody just a great week. Please tune in to the sesh tomorrow. My guy Dabby Cab and as you saw on the show, Dutch Boy Fresh, they host a show every Monday. It's not just sports betting. There's lots of laughs. It's a great vibe. Big shout out to them. If you're here for the first time, give them a shout out tomorrow. I bet you'll like it.
Shout out to you, Spoons. And Jacob, let us know where the people can follow you and give us anything you can plug right now, my guy. We appreciate your hard work that you've given to this card today. I had no idea you're going to break down the entire card, and you killed it, my guy.
I enjoyed it. This was I like going through all the games. So you can find me on X.
Is this your first time going on camera and giving out plays live?
Oh my God, this is my first time. That's why I wanted to thank you guys. This is the first time that like someone's given me the opportunity to come on and like really like I do this. I've done this for fun for so many years where it's like I got encouraged to make a Discord at one point and it's kind of turned into now like I post all my plays on X and I have a good time doing it. So yeah, you can follow me on my X. It's Sportside Jacob. I'm around. I'm in a lot of like the Kyle Kerms chats. I'm in Pub Sports Radio chats, so I'm always down to like chat it up with a bunch of the people as well. I guess I'll run through my picks too. I had that Baltimore first 5 team total over in the first 5. They got it done. I'm sitting with you guys on the Rays money line. Looks like we have life. Maybe I think they have we got no outs. We got a walk.
Yeah, we got
that first 5 under in the Pitt Texas game. Gonna be sweating that one out. It looks like. Also, Miami first 5 plus the half. with Sandy. For the Brewers, I took that team total over 4 at -127. You have to build that. If anyone wants to know how to do that too, you can DM me on Twitter. I can happily help you with that. Because a lot of books won't offer that market. I'm on the Brewers money line, +122. Reds first 5 money line, -110. Seattle first 5 money line, -120. Going to that Rockies game, I'm on their first 5 team total over 2.5 at -116. I'm on the Houston money line. I'm tailing Spoon on that, -111. I'm on that first 5 under we talked about in the San Diego and Royals game, -123. And we didn't touch on this, but I would take the over. I think you can get a juiced 8.5, or you can take a 9 for the Phillies game. I'm going to that game tonight, so I honestly hope to see a Schwarber. I really hope there's a Schwarber hit, so I can be sitting there thinking like, "Damn, let's go!" They cash Spoon's bet, dude. I'll be so happy if Schwarber hits a nuke.
Let's go, Jacob. Shout out to you, my guy. Yeah, you killed it today, man. For someone being, I mean, not for being someone first time on screen, just for being anyone in general. It's hard to get up here and give out plays and do it with confidence, and you did it, my guy. I remember the first time I came on with Jimmy the Bag, man. You could probably look back at that show and you'd laugh at it, but
you guys made it. You guys made it seamless. It's really, and the people in the chat, like shout out to everyone in the chat. It was just honestly a good time with the horse racing and the KD trade happened in the middle of this stream. Like shit,
we love it, man. We appreciate you being someone in the chat that's been showing some support over the last couple of weeks. We appreciate it, Jacob, and I appreciate your time on screen because I know it's a busy Sunday for you. You're gonna go to a ball game here tonight, so I hope you enjoy yourself.
We're gonna probably hit Wawa on the way up. If you know anything about Philly people, hit some Wawa and hit the game.
What's that? What's Wawa?
You don't know what Wawa is?
No, I don't.
It's like a convenient. It's like well, yeah, you're on the West Coast, so you actually probably don't. It's like a gas station that has like amazing subs.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, like coffee subs. Up in the Northeast, it's like a battle between like Wawa and Sheetz. There you go. Beans just said Wawa's the best. Like people will know if you're up from the Northeast, it's like there's like a battle between whether like Sheetz or Wawa is like a better their food. It's like a gas station with really good food and coffee.
Hey, I love it, man.
There you go. Swig bets. Yeah, dude, these are my guys.
Shout out to Swig Bets, too.
Yo, like the damn stream if you like Wawa.
That's funny, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Swig Bets as well for showing some support in the chat. Big Daddy Boom, appreciate you as always. Jerry Davis, Justin McKelvey, thanks for coming on. Dabby Cab helped with the 1s and 2s because I know Jose's got other stuff going on today. So we appreciate it, man. It was a great show. This is the best show to date that we've had here for Walk-Up Wagers. Spoon. So let's keep it going, my guy. We're getting better every single week like we talk about. And let's just continue to do that, guys. Let's get to 200 likes. We can still get to 200 likes. If we get to 200 likes before next week, obviously, I'll do that $50 race. So we're still like 25 likes away, guys. Tell your people to go hit the like, and we'll
open the show with it if you get there. But you had to have dropped the spoons and wine time symbol today.
You got to do that. You got to drop the wine time and spoons symbol. So shout out to you. Guys, we're going to end the show here. We've been going for about 3 hours and 3 minutes by far. This doubles the show that we made on week 1 that we did this. Just shows you the kind of work that we're putting in. Cappers we're bringing on, giving you the good information. Stuff like Dutch Boy Fresh as well, giving out the Pacers here midway through the show, giving out his action. We really appreciate it. Love you guys, man. Let's let you those bookmakers.
Rangers.
And let's get out of here, guys. Shout out to you guys.